Okay. Oh, we can send it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. See if we can get a table right here. To,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
it'd be a lot
thinking
better.
about it because it looks really far away on the thing.
Oh well, I might just be good set up for a little bit.
Okay. We have one viewer, unless that's us.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, Malika, 3 different doors that Portland can open here. Certainly, the first one is staying put at number 3.
I don't know. Do we need the volume on? Or is the volume alright?
No, yeah, I mean it should be on by default.
Okay. Or like the volume for the TV. That's what I was meaning.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Like I didn't know if it was too much or not, but
Oh yeah, no, I think it's good. Here, I'm just gonna like we need to promote like the shit out of this. So what I was gonna do is like probably just spam follow people on Twitter and just fucking send the link and stuff.
Okay. I was gonna do like Snapchat, Twitter.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'm gonna just log into my Twitter real quick.
Oh, Lakers are interested. Oh, it is NBA Central. So
those teams already have lead guards, and that's what Scoot Henderson projects to be. And you wonder if either team drafts him, how much are you taking away?
I know there was one person. That wasn't us.
You're just watching us get set up.
Yeah. We folded.
Did we put a description in for this?
Yes,
we did. Okay.
I not. It wasn't comprehensive because it was it's a live stream. But where did I put it? Can I not look at it now? Oh, I don't have access to it now. Tough. I was just like, thank you for joining the Mainstream Mavs live stream.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Always supported me and always had my back. So I'm extremely grateful and I'm extremely blessed. Yeah, it's an exciting time for me and my family. We're just making the most of it.
As much as being twins is a part of you guys' story.
Dude, they had this exact same interview at the draft lottery.
No, yeah.
With the Thompson twins. Yeah.
What are you excited about as you embark on the next chapter?
I'm just excited getting to a new city, getting my new team, just feeling my way out into the league.
Oh, that's great.
I'm super excited to see where I'm going to end up after tonight, get to meet my teammates, coaches, all that. I'm going to miss him, but, I'm confident he's going to be good wherever he's at.
What are you going to do to stay in touch?
Face on. He's going to get a PS5 so that I can play a video game with him for once.
No, they literally, like 15 minutes ago, they asked us.
Did they actually?
Yeah. Like legit. Like they were sitting down with the NBA TV crew.
No way.
And they asked the same fucking questions.
That's crazy. That's funny.
Okay, I put it on my Snap story and then.
Let's talk a little bit about a man on the court, Jay.
Ben Thompson is a freak athlete. So is a star. 7-foot wingspan, really athletic, a driver and a playmaker. And the better passer, I think, of the two, although both of them can pass. Handles it really well. Just a fast twitch athlete with great speed in transition, a spectacular first step. But he just needs to be a better shooter.
Yeah, and the thing about Asar Thompson is that he has shown that he can.
I figured we could do something fun for when it gets to like the 50th pick of the draft, and there's just like nothing to care about for like the last 10 minutes of the stream. So,
what did you get? Okay.
Yeah. I figured we'd do that regardless tonight, but I was like
to tune it up a little bit.
Yes.
That'll be fun. Some of these dudes, I don't even know their faces. Like, I probably know the name, but I don't know the faces of some of the guys here.
There's an abundance of reasons to get started. How far we take it
Alrighty.
is a question of willpower. Because progress is a matter of character.
I'm going to copy the link and send it to Colton. He wanted to tune it.
No, but
we bring heirloom corn products from Mexico to every kitchen.
Somebody said Azur and Amin look 35 years old.
Oh, they're like jawlines, yeah. Like,
yeah, I mean, well, they're just really sharp.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't know. They're very in shape individuals.
Oh, they were very in shape individuals.
Yes.
Like our tabletop
Maybe Colton joined.
Oh, we got one individual. It might be.
It might be him, but if it's not, then that's probably
look at
not.
that. We got that.
Hey.
It's up live. All right, I'll copy the.
Yes, sir.
It's only it's like a 5-second delay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see how to copy the link. Oh, they left.
No, yeah, they'd been left by the time that.
There you have it, folks. Like it never even happened. Make sure to book your appointment with the pros of Safe Flight.
I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise for you. What? Let's take it at the same time. I booked free cancellation.
Somebody tweeted, Squish41 on Twitter. He tweeted, he said, "Where the fuck is Mavrello?" And in response to Nico or no,
great.
Nick Angstad's question. Dang, I was stumbling on that. He said, "What's one question you'd want to ask Nico Harrison right now?"
Well, where's Matt Brillo?
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah,
Here,
he's been absent.
He has been absent. Been very absent.
The center of the basketball
Alrighty.
universe tonight is right here in New York City.
What are your big top 3 projections? Do you think that there's any real trade that happens between the Pelicans and Portland, or no?
If a big trade does go down, I think it's going to be between the Pelicans and the Trailblazers
And
at that number 3 spot, or X team and the Trailblazers. But the closer and closer we're getting to this, I'm starting to anticipate that the big trades may have been out of the way.
Yeah, they may have.
Yes.
I don't know. There was some smoke. His name was brought up recently. I know Lakers are trying to get involved in this draft. And yeah, I mean, outside of that Pelicans pick, I think that I could see that probably being the last home run move, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think Brooklyn is looking to move into the draft.
No.
At least that top 3 spot. I don't think they're looking to do
No,
that. So.
I mean, I do think that they'll trade one of their back-to-back picks, though.
Yeah, I do. I do think that they will. So that's Baloo.
That's Baloo.
Koulibaly.
He's got a very nice family.
See, this dude.
My.
Yeah, no. I sent you. I sent you the thing on Instagram.
Wow.
We're watching Grady Dick
yes.
in his fabulous dress. So he looks good. Keontae looks good. I like that dress.
Yeah,
I like that suit.
Little Louisville throwback.
Yes, sir. A little maroon.
Yeah. Dang, dude. It's like when I was growing up, bro, I feel like watching the draft, these dudes would look so
grown
old.
men.
Yeah,
now we're
grown-ass
their
men.
age. We're
yeah,
older
it looks like, yeah, but I can tell they're our age. If
yeah.
that makes sense.
No,
now.
yeah. Like these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides
So,
that.
yeah, besides that
man.
dude. Yeah.
Scoot Anderson. That's a grown man right there.
Yeah, that was.
He's gonna be crazy, bro.
He's.
Yes, sir. Taylor Hendricks.
Oh yeah.
He was a junior? He's one of the very few.
Yeah, I believe he was either a sophomore. How do I not know his class?
I think he was a sophomore.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the very few sophomores though.
I don't have my Twitter passcode.
Who's that? Shafana. Oh shit, he changed his hair up a little bit. I like it.
He
looks good. Yeah. No, he braided it. I think.
Oh, that's a hard ass chain.
Shafino. Yeah. That's actually cool.
Yeah.
Who's that? That's Jet Howard. Damn.
Oh, it is.
Is he how tall is he? He's 6'8", right?
He's listed at 6'8", so his dad's.
Oh wow.
That's still tall. Juwan, dude.
Juwan's 6'8", 6'9", bro. Oh, there's Jaime Huckins. Just simple. I like it.
Nah, he looks clean.
Yeah, he looks clean.
Yeah.
I like it. He's gonna be good. I think he'll be one of the standout guys that falls. There you go, Derek Lively.
Oh yeah,
he's looking good. He's got the 2 chain. I like it. It's all business.
Oh yeah.
He's not.
Number 10 or bust, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Brandon Miller. This is the guy in the top 3 I could see being a bust, but I doubt anybody is.
Well, yeah, it's just because all the rumblings of the work ethic difference between him and Scoot in the pre-draft workouts down in Charlotte before, Michael Jordan dips from the scene.
Yeah,
so he's vetting them up to speed. What's my last move?
Oh, that's
Brandon Podziemski.
Yeah, Podziemski or whatever. Yeah. BP. I like that chain.
Yeah.
Where is he from? Is it Serbia or something?
I think it's essentially like acquired in this draft to have a chain. If you don't have a chain,
Yeah, then you're missing out.
Yeah, you're missing out,
I think
man.
Jaime Huckins didn't have a chain.
Yeah, his was solid. He had a very solid fit though.
It's all the simple dudes don't have chains. But yeah, he did have a solid
Yeah,
fit. Okay. Ryan Rupert. That dude's gonna be good.
yeah.
I think he's gonna be the 31st pick standout. That's what my prediction
He's
is.
gonna be the Andrew Nemhart.
Yeah,
this
Andrew
year.
Nemhart. Yep, that's what I'm predicting.
Okay.
And then it's Nick Smith. If he didn't fall, I think he'd be a lottery pick.
Yeah,
He might still be a lottery pick, but I don't think.
yeah. Should probably turn the volume up in the background so our audience can hear. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, here's the Thompson twins.
No, that boy's her dad's a solid 6'7". You know, he was producing them. You know, he knew what he was doing.
Which one's which? So I don't know.
No, I genuinely couldn't.
I
I couldn't tell you, like, genuinely. Like, I'll have to see them get called up before I even know. They're right. They're.
I think that's Asar.
Yeah, I think that's a man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 2 people up in here. Let's go.
Oh, we do.
Building
Oh,
new
let's
numbers
go.
on the crowd, baby.
Yes, sir. Jarris Walker. That's a grown man right there,
Walker.
too.
Yeah.
Looking good.
All
I
right,
like
I
that
gotta
suit.
log into the Twitter so I can promo this.
Yes, sir. Cason Wallace. That's a big chain. That's what.
My
What does
goodness.
that say? I don't know what that says, but
He's ready to enter the dog pound. That's some Marcus Smart tech right there.
yes, sir. That's a more smart time player right there.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be Boston's pick. Is that Cam Whitmore? Oh yeah, that's our boy.
Yes,
That's our boy.
sir.
That's our boy.
Number 10 right there.
Yes, sir. I like that chain too.
Yeah. That is another grown man.
That is a
he's
grown-
not 18.
He's 18, yeah.
He's not 18.
And then there's that man.
Yeah. Oh.
VW.
See, dude, you know his brother, like, okay, so his brother, like, look, like, how tall do you think that dude is? Probably, like,
He looks really young, but he's probably like 6'9".
no, yeah, he's like 6'9", 6'10".
How old is his brother?
His
Like
brother,
15?
yeah, his brother's like 15, bro.
Jesus.
Yeah, or
Oh wait,
something
no,
like that.
he's like dominating in France too, right?
Yeah, like
that's
under
crazy.
16 squad, yeah.
That's crazy, bro. Imagine having that family.
No, yeah, I mean, that's just elite genetics right there, man.
Yeah, no. But there's a lot of San Antonio people here that travel.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just a sort of ceremonial justice for them, man. Like,
It's the first time since Tim, right?
yeah, I mean, they know what they're getting, but, you know,
Still.
they just want to be there for the moment.
6:58, 2 minutes out from 7.
And I still can't log into the Twitter. Let's
As
go.
per usual.
Oh, here we go. Look at me plugging per usual.
Is it because I logged into the Twitter?
No, I ended up having to change the passcode for like some reason.
No.
Didn't even know I threw a % sign in there.
I don't think it's supposed to rain. We do apologize for any outside noise that does happen. I don't think they can hear anything.
Oh yeah, no, I don't believe so. Tim Cato said that convinced that Jaime Jaquez is just Adam Driver doing method
No,
acting.
it's not.
Oh, wow.
I think he's gonna be like the most chill, relaxed man in this draft.
Yeah,
Hey, he's how tall is he? Like 6'9", 6'8"?
he's like 6'7".
6'7". Yeah. All right.
6'6".
He'll be a good like undersized sort of like 4'3" guy.
No, yeah,
Does all the intangibles.
Yeah, exactly.
Rebounding, hard effort, good defense.
Exactly.
I don't really know his offensive game. I think it's like post scoring.
I legitimately have like a suspicious login. Maybe I can just pull it up on here, honestly.
Etsy has home, style, gifts. Etsy has it.
I can follow people on my phone.
Refreshing flavors. Crisp taste.
Honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing. I can literally just
Always
get on my phone.
Ethan Self.
Oh, man.
Hey boy.
Let's go.
Rate the setup 1 out of 10.
We need to get a better table right here for this. That's what I've been suggesting for the hat. We'll definitely be doing some ceremonial rituals, though, for the hat, especially when the 10th pick. It's a 10 for sure. The jerseys are lit. Yeah, I brought those over. Yeah, that was me. 1 second.
I got that shirt right there, and the basketball.
Yeah.
I got
Yes,
the basketball
sir.
behind Will's head. So.
I'm ready to get dunked on. All right, time to follow everybody in existence.
Ethan, Clint Capella or John Collins? Just pick one.
To welcome them. The future is here for 58 young men. Their lives, they are about to change.
think it's like a John Collins. I think it's about a 5 or 10 second delay, but
So John Collins. You know, if we're just talking about who is the better player overall,
a better player.
yeah, I mean it's debatable. And,
Yeah, that's actually a real debate. I think
Yeah.
you can make a debate for both. More upside
Yeah.
is John Collins, in my opinion. I think how old is Clint? Like 29 now.
He's not that old.
Is he not?
No way.
Oh, okay. I feel like he's been in the league for a minute.
Yeah, but he started off really young. Clint Capella is. Oh, he is 29. Never mind.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
He's Capella sold his prize picks. That's funny.
That's about to be Grady Dick. So
No,
gonna hit the over on
Grady
15
Dick's
and a half
gonna be
points.
solid.
Capella's something prize points. That's funny. All right, so I think this has live updates. I think.
Yeah, I mean, as fast as they can get it out.
Yeah, I was like, Twitter's gonna be it, but
Yeah.
All
Right.
right, we'll leave this up for now. But
That's smart. All right, let's see if we can attract some individuals to the scene at the.
let's get 5 people up on here.
Oh yeah,
We got 2 right now.
Oh, here we go. We're following all the MFFLs now.
Yes, sir.
Finna turn the cam.
Oh, is the camera not on?
No, I think he said turn like to the draft. No, we're not trying to get copyrighted, Ethan.
That's why I don't even know if audio is allowed, but
I mean, we can get by with audio probably, but yeah,
you gotta have that split screen. That's what you gotta have with the draft.
yeah, exactly. You know, that split screen.
Is here, but before stepping into their futures, they're stepping onto the red carpet. Victor Wembanyama, looking slick.
Do you see his they all take like
And then
pre-draft
Brandon
photos. His draft
Miller,
photo's cool.
Three-piece suit. I'm here for the
Who,
show.
Victor's?
Yeah, Victor, his is cool. He got like a tracksuit on. That's nice.
I'm here
Oh,
for
that's
the
solid.
ball. He might win.
I think he's got top suit of
Scoot,
the
that,
draft
yeah,
right
I mean,
now.
Scoot looks like you know,
Spider-Man.
No, not like Venom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Ozzer and Amin Thompson, like if that counts as one, then that's the suit of the draft. But
Yeah.
oh, here we are, about to start the draft.
Oh, sorry, really. Good evening, everybody.
2023 NBA Draft. To the fans here in Brooklyn and around the world, thank you.
Can you hear the TV?
Such a memorable season.
I was gonna say, yeah, you should probably turn it up, bro, because the microphone's right here.
Yeah.
Unpredictable.
I want to see his response real quick.
We crowned a new all-time scoring leader. We watched the number 8 seed reach the finals.
He might not be active.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still in here. Oh, he said, can you hear it, but turn it up.
I got you.
That's what I figured.
Very first NBA title. Congratulations.
Let me
again to the
know.
Nuggets
10 being
and the
too
city
loud,
of
1 being
Denver
good, or
for
1
the
being
remarkable
too
championship
not loud
season.
enough.
And whether it's the number 7 pick in Jamal Murray from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, or a second-round selection
Okay.
in the
Should we turn it up
Jokic
more or?
from Sombor, Serbia, the Nuggets showed that stars can come from anywhere in the draft at any pick.
Dude, they always try to
any
tie in the
country.
championship at the beginning of the
This
draft.
league is where the very
Like Adam
best
Silver will
come
always
to
be like,
compete in front of a
oh,
global audience that spans
I think
more
that's
than 200 countries. And
Here we go.
tonight, we usher in
Apparently,
the next wave of
according to,
NBA players.
according to
Young men
Jackie.
who come from
Apparently,
different
Marcus Smart
class and different backgrounds
unfollowed the Clippers
were brought
yesterday and
together
followed the
No.
Mavericks a
common
few hours
dream
ago.
of
Marcus
playing
Morris.
in the NBA.
To the
Oh,
Mavericks
Marcus
confirmed.
Morris?
Yes.
So let's get
The better
night
twin.
started.
I can't believe he's actually keeping track of that.
Hey, I
Those
mean,
are-
The first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft belongs to the San Antonio Spurs. Who
Well,
have
it's
5 minutes to make their selection.
it's like 35, at least in the
A
NFL.
smattering of Spurs fans here.
How many minutes is
waiting
it?
to see
5?
The presumptive number 1 overall pick, Victor
Yeah,
Wembanyama's
5
name
minutes.
called
5
in
minutes,
person.
okay.
But here's how the Spurs got
Who's
it.
the Jay
They
Billis
moved to the part
best
1976
available right now?
merger, bringing with them the Iceman, George
Um,
Hill, who was a four-time scoring champion.
you know,
Never got
Peyton,
past the conference finals, but David Robinson, he was the number 1 pick in
I was gonna say
1987.
Peyton Watson. I
Yeah,
literally
he's-
forgot that he's in the league already. I was just gonna say
Spurs in
something
89.
stupid.
The
You know, I think that the Jay Billis, best available right now, you know, you're looking at you know, a few guys that have some swing potential. Maybe looking at a Davis Bertans Jr.
Davis Bertans Jr. I like
Yeah, maybe a Tristan Vukcevic.
Oh yeah,
at number one.
He's a second. He's a second overall projection, right?
Yeah, his second round pick.
I'm surprised that pick hasn't been turned in yet. Actually.
That's right.
It's a little. They might be hesitating here.
No, now we're on the horizon to find happy MFFLs.
Happy.
Everybody, if I just followed you on, I'm gonna go ahead and.
Spurs are currently on the clock.
Says video now available. He says video is unavailable.
Hey, you can't say that on here.
No.
You can't say that on here. What?
No.
Maybe is it the link?
He's got a fantastic handle. He's very fluid.
So that was like the preview is what I sent. Like
yeah.
Strides. But where he really sets himself apart is on the
no way.
Because he's a big shot blocker, not just around the
I'm gonna go ahead
lane, but he can block shots as
it says it.
shot blocker. He can switch off
opportune.
onto a pick and roll and guard the ball.
I was just playing, but
5 or 6 feet of space to take away the
I don't think that's incriminating. So
the G League Ignite earlier this year. And he averaged 36.5 points.
Do you want to restart the stream?
When you watch him,
Oh yeah, we can, but I just want to like see.
It feels like every single time that he steps on the floor.
Okay, get on from your phone and just send me that link.
Yeah, it's
The live stream?
Yes.
Samson before it's 7'4", just a great player, Hall of Famer.
I think I gotta do
We've
it this
seen
way.
players that size, but they're usually back to the basket players. He plays like a guard and plays all over the floor. Lateral movement, you name it. He really has it all. He is unique.
That's the part that I want to break down because I don't think people at home understand how difficult this
Cool.
is. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna
So we got sneakers on to do this, or
We
we
definitely have.
Oh, you came prepared. All right.
I was ready for this. So listen, I'm gonna go through a basic one dribble pull up. Right? Imagine being 7'5" and doing this. So I'm cutting to the ball. Right? When I catch the basketball, I have to stop my momentum right here. Let's just imagine for fun that I want to do a
Not
drop
learning
step, right? This is
on
the
your phone?
defender. I'm gonna shift the defender this way. So I'm gonna lean this way. The defender jumps.
I know why.
I'm 7'5". Now I have to stop all this momentum to go back
Who
this
even
way
is
to
this?
lose my defender. Put the
I don't
ball
know.
Oh, that's Malika Andrews. I don't know who that is.
Just to get
I don't know.
to
Is
the floor.
is she the WNBA correspondent?
I guess. She working hard right now.
My momentum and elevate straight up without leaning too far.
I haven't seen any of that.
I just have like one micro critique.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right, I do think that like
coordination, nothing because it is
it's like almost like pointless to like try and reenact
What he can do.
what Victor. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's just like
There's no point in doing it.
yeah, we could definitely have done this from a sitting down position.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
JJ Redick could have done a better argument.
Yeah.
It's so hard, right? That's why
He's,
We're not going to see them get up.
oh no, not a chance.
Can you imagine doing all that at 7?
I can't because I topped out at 6'4".
Yeah, see, so
I topped out at 6'4".
Yeah, see, so
I topped out at 6'4".
Yeah, see, so
I topped out at 6'4".
Okay, all right.
She just fucking finally works. One sec. Oh, let's go. We're on the Mainstream Mavs Twitter.
Oh, look at that. Stream still, yeah.
Wembanyama is going to benefit from all those things. When you sat down with him, with your
Oh, you got it up?
Three podcast,
Yes.
did you sense
Let's go.
his maturity that he's actually ready for this? Jay, I was blown away. I was blown away by his sense of self, his self-awareness, the mentality, maturity, level-headedness, all of it.
You know, the answer when he was talking about pressure, about how he just doesn't feel it.
In the universe.
Should see some moves being fired off after this
Oh,
top,
yeah.
like one or two picks right here. Some drama.
Again, I ask questions like that all the time to young players.
Yeah.
I've never gotten an answer like that. Literally, jaw drop.
Did you watch that interview with JJ Redick?
And I said,
That was crazy.
Oh, the Wembanyama.
Yeah.
No.
Victor Wembanyama is 19 years old.
Let's go Siri.
Wow, thank you, Sari. Sari's coming in clutch with He's only 209 pounds.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
He's got to be like the
There was a
tallest
time in my life I'm but a mere like scratching the surface of 5'10", and I weighed probably like 20, 30 more pounds almost than him.
Hey,
In Las Vegas, he won the
That's wild.
last year.
But oh no, this is going to be an issue right here, isn't it, Surrey?
Because the pick is in.
I'm not sure I understand.
And for all of you guys watching, I unfortunately I have the a speech impediment of saying Surrey instead of Siri, to which Jaren would tell you
it's Siri.
Yes.
All right, Victor Wembanyama.
23 NBA draft. The San Antonio Spurs select
Scoot in.
Victor
Wow.
Wembanyama
Good for him.
from Montreal Kings.
Good for him. Good for him. Good for the Spurs. Does that re-embark the Spurs and Mavericks Texas rivalry?
Does it re-embark the rivalry? In a few years, but potentially only a year or two, given
I could be.
the Mavericks' track record here. So we need to
Could
definitely
be two mediocre teams going after
yes,
it next year.
we need to closely monitor the situation for sure.
David Robinson, all of whom won championships with the franchise under the tutelage of Greg Popovich, the winningest coach in league history, and at 7'4".
And Charlotte. I mean, this second pick could be anybody between Brandon Miller and Scoot Henderson, of course. Like, there's been a lot of more recent reports that it's going to be Scoot, just due to, I think, that workout that happened in Charlotte a few weeks ago. But, I mean, I don't know if it was a smoke screen or what, but Charlotte seemed like they were pretty settled on Brandon Miller there for a while. And then just recently, like hours ago, kind of came out that the Scoot Henderson was probably going to go number 2.
Yes. That
Victor Wembanyama played 34
Pin.
games in that league and blocked over 50.
There we go. I'll retweet.
I mean, that's significant. He's an 83% free throw shooter. He's got a great shooting
yes.
touch. He only shoots about 30%.
Should be up.
three,
Now we'll go
but
back
I
to
think that's gonna
spam
improve
following
his.
people.
He's got really good mechanics. He's the real deal. He's one of those guys. You just have to watch it. You'll see. You don't have to listen to it. Watch it, and you know.
If you can't be very
What the plan for when the draft comes on, are y'all?
Generational talent, because he certainly is, and there's actually some numbers to back that up.
Ethan, I appreciate you for joining in as far as you have, bro.
It actually does mean a lot. I appreciate it.
The 6th tallest all time. You can see where that
Oh, it
stacks
downloaded.
up.
Let's go.
Only guys like Taco
Can we
Fall
multitask?
were taller than him. Yao
Watch
Ming.
this.
And when you look at his wingspan, the comp list is even shorter. He's tied for the third longest ever wingspan, which is just wild to see. And then, I mean, I have a hard enough time finding size 9 shoes that I
had to beg for this size shoe. Shorter day.
So, do they have a 20 and a half? Because that's what he wears. When you look at Victor Wembanyama,
Now it's
what
There
do
we
you
go.
see?
All
You know what comes to mind is
What's this? We're
one of
gonna
the last
multitask
things
here,
Greg
Jared.
We're gonna
Popovich
multitask.
said This season, he said he has been the beneficiary of serendipity to the max degree. This is Greg Popovich
The
talking about
beneficiary
that.
of serendipity to the max degree.
What a bar.
That is a. Let me just go ahead and refresh the definition of serendipity. I had the understanding that it kind of means like, you know, I'm in peace and serendipity. You know, you'd use it in a sort of sense like that. The occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way.
Oh, so, I mean,
A fortunate stroke of serendipity. I have quite a few of those.
you know, we do have quite a few of those.
Yeah.
As of recently, probably not, but, you know, they'll come in strikes. Oh, he's crying. Shout out to Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, well, I thought he wouldn't be the one to get emotional.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be straight up. Yeah. Hey, but that's cool. That's more raw. I like it.
Yeah.
My whole life, hearing that sentence from Adam Silver.
I can guarantee you, a lot of Americans probably haven't heard his voice before. So.
Yeah.
I gotta cry, man.
Jaren,
there were tears for you guys. What has it been
with
like
the Mavericks
watching your
here,
brother in
Yeah.
this pursuit? That's amazing.
is there any sort of you know, plug and play deals that you think that they have aligned to move into the top 9 for anybody that, you know, is unable to listen to our glorious podcast?
Our glorious podcast. I think you know, I don't think there's any deals lined up. I think if the Mavericks say, I don't know, Utah, who has the 8th overall pick? Utah or whoever holds the 8th overall pick. I can't remember. Like, it's not Orlando, is it? Anyways, one of those teams like Indiana, whatever, if they, maybe want to trade back a little bit, or Washington, so it is.
Yes.
I don't see Washington giving up that pick, but maybe Utah, maybe they have a different view in mind. Maybe they want Tim Hardaway Jr. or something. I could see them possibly trading up or trading back, depending on the package. But in all likelihood, I think there's probably a 99.9% chance they don't trade up in this draft. So
I would tend to agree with you.
But we could be proven wrong. So
Could be proven wrong very drastically.
Well, you are going to a storied organization in the San Antonio Spurs. You are a Spurs. Speaking of the Spurs, your teammate.
That's the first person I've seen like very happy to get drafted to the
Yeah,
Spurs.
no, he's just very happy. Oh, no way. That's
Jeremy Sohan right there.
yeah. That's a cool combination of European talents, and we got the Poland France connection right there. They may not have been friends in World War II, but they'll damn sure be friends on the San Antonio Spurs together.
Oh, look at this. What the hell is that?
Oh man,
That is interesting to say the least. I forget his name. He's a reporter for. He's wearing jorts, a big
it
belt.
almost looks like a off.
It is almost off-brand Tim McMahon, and it tucked in along with a cowboy hat and boots. Man, mind you, it's an interesting.
No, it definitely is. If he's not sporting a Wembanyama,
Oh, look at that. Wait, I'll keep that updated. But
I would hope so.
and then it seems like the Cavs are receiving trade offers for Jared Allen, and the Mavericks and Raptors. I don't know what source, but the Mavericks and Raptors are teams to watch.
Mavericks and Raptors are teams to watch for Jared Allen.
I don't know what source though. That's the only thing.
It's an NBA Central article. Oh, click the link. See what it says.
Say Cavs.net or .com.
Oh wow!
Oh, he got a whole.
He got a Wimby hair. Little lineup back there going on. That's a tried and true Spurs fan to say the least.
Moment as he walked across the stage. He said that he had been imagining what it would sound like with his family. And now that moment.
Do you ever imagine what the podcast is going to sound like before it actually happens, Jaron?
Absolutely. Okay, so Robert Marvey doesn't sound all too authentic, but what's funny is they put it in about the reporter. Oh, here's number 2. Okay. All right,
Okay, here.
The second pick in the 2023.
Brandon Miller.
NBA
It's
draft.
Brandon Miller.
Yeah,
The
very fun.
Charlotte Hornets select
He changed.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Called
Miller.
That's right.
I think that,
Yeah.
good for him.
Yes, sir.
Kevin Durant 2.0.
The SEC Player of the Year.
All right, now Scoop.
In a vacuum.
Well, that actually makes that Zion pick probably more applicable now.
Yes. He's Kevin Durant 2.0 in a vacuum. If everything in his life were to stay completely still and he had no sort of arbitrations upon his career, but to get to Kevin Durant status at a consistent rate, I'm just gonna try to stop attaching labels to guys in the draft, calling them Kevin Durant, because I feel like once you reach like a certain echelon, bro, it's
There's
like
just no more. There's
yeah,
no point.
to an extent.
Hey, he's a good shooter, and he's a good assister.
No,
So,
he plays like him for sure.
did you get the joke?
Yeah.
And there you see his finishing has improved.
No, but on the real, I think Brandon Miller would be a standout stud at number 2. I think Charlotte's probably the best team for him to go to.
Definitely.
With Jeremy Grant in Portland already, I don't really see that being a good option. So I think he'll probably get the best development there, especially alongside LaMelo Ball. And I think Mikal Bridges is coming back.
Yes.
So that'll be actually not a bad team necessarily, but that'll be a team to keep an eye on.
In the coming years, yes, I would agree. They're definitely not in.
I feel like the biggest thing for me, though, when you talk about his competitive,
They're not in win now mode, to say the least, though.
They're not in win now mode.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
He showed emotion. He scored
We've been streaming for 30 minutes already.
Definitely a different format than the podcast.
It's
I apologize for my lack of attention here as of recent for the. Oh, we had a
That's
sort of
actually a good
we
history.
had a sort of
there.
bolstering of listeners coming to the room.
Oh, look at that. We got
Yes.
5 actually.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Welcome to the Mainstream Mavs live stream, guys. We are over here covering the draft from a Mavericks angle. More so maybe just our own pessimistic Mavericks angle, but we do this every day on our podcast. So we figured we'd translate it to this sort of forum. Jaron, do you think that there's any sort of a trade looming here with the number 3 pick potentially? Just across the league. Obviously, it's been heavily rumored to potentially be on the move with the Blazers sort of conceding and saying that they are going to kind of run with Damian Lillard here, at least for the immediate future. What potential teams could kind of hop in here, maybe make a play for this pick?
Yeah, I think there's probably only one like real feasible team. I think Pelicans probably, at least they've been reported the most. And look, I think if Damian Lillard is locked in, I think if that team is locked into Damian Lillard, I think that there's probably a real chance that they could trade this pick. As I say that, the pick was submitted. If anything, they might stick with Scoot Henderson, but that makes Anthony Simons kind of replaceable, I guess. Or
but at the same time, I think it's too much of a talent play with Scoot there at 3 for them
not
to and they're not gonna. Maybe I could see a move where they trade down potentially, but even then, I don't know if they're trying to add role players. I think that with any of these guys inside the top 3, they would all be consensus number 1 picks in in a given year if they were all by themselves. So I do think that the Blazers in the end are going to end up keeping this one.
With Shams, I hate to be a spoiler, and I'm sure he does not hate being spoiled, but he said that Portland will likely select Scoot Henderson at number 3. So, and that's per Shams Charania. So,
yes,
good source.
I like how he's always doing it, like on FanDuel TV. He releases the video of him saying it instead of
how many videos do you think he makes a night?
Shams?
Yeah, at least a busy night like tonight.
He's definitely cracking out at least maybe 15, 16. It's weird. It's like once they see Woj or maybe even Jake Fisher report the pick, they almost trade off.
Yeah,
they won't they'll give the other guy his flowers and let him have that round and then just fire back the next one.
That is actually
true. Bobby Marks's New York accent or whatever it is definitely accentuated here. He sounds a lot more normal when I listen to him on the low post. Maybe that's just my
maybe he's in New York right now. Maybe he's feeling the New York vibes.
Yeah,
they are. I think they're in MSG right now.
He worked inside the Brooklyn front office.
Brooklyn, New York. Maybe there's a different accent there. I was trying to make every excuse for him. Honestly, didn't realize he was that bald. There's certain levels of baldness, and he's very bald.
Levels of baldness.
He's very bald. So
I think Jay Billis is definitely more on the clean cut 50-year-old dad type. Type of bald. How am I both in that? Bobby Marks is definitely on the Humpty Dumpty sort of bald. There's just not a lick of hair on that man's head. So
exactly.
That's but he's damn good at analyzing cap space and what have you. Perhaps the Mavericks could use another cap strategist in the room, Jaron.
Absolutely. Here, we'll see
what's the guy's name.
In the 2023
this will be Scoot Henderson. I think that at the end of the day, I think they keep it.
Yeah.
Scoot Henderson.
I bet he's kind of PO'd. He probably went number 3, but
man, I remember every single team that went in front of me. Yeah. I could see Scoot coming out with that.
Nah, bro. He's got a clean suit. I won't lie. He looks like Venom. Yeah. So it's like roses almost.
Yeah.
I like it. Who had that kind of suit last year? Was it Dyson Daniels?
Oh, yes, it would have been Dyson Daniels. He had a very clean suit, if I recall. It wasn't quite as jeweled up though.
Yeah.
Scoot is indeed iced up to the brim for sure.
From head to toe, iced up.
That is without a doubt.
And keep in mind this 19 years old, I believe, and this man is jacked.
He's been doing 2 days for about every day for the Yeah, in a recent podcast.
Really?
Is what I heard.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So
I
he's
think he'll make Charlotte.
This
Well, I can
definitely
say that
does
now,
make
but-
Anthony Simons a lot more expendable, though. I mean, just seeing how the Blazers are going to treat this next season is really interesting because I almost think that they're approaching a sort of dead end with the Damian Lillard situation. I think it's pretty comparable to what happened here now with Bradley Beal in Washington, where you have a guy that, wants to win with that franchise so badly, literally puts a no-trade clause in his contract, but, the franchise, I guess in Washington's instance, they obviously, they wanted to go in a different direction as a franchise. They knew that they weren't going to be able to win on his timeline. And then you look comparatively over there in Portland, and Dame is kind of on the same sort of track here because sorry to interrupt my story, but Ethan just said, did y'all see Grady Dick's suit? And yes, I didn't see Grady Dick's suit.
He's got some broad shoulders.
Yes,
by the looks of it,
for,
but that's all.
For any Mavericks fans in the chat, in the chat, are we picking Grady Dick's suit or the Mavericks, almost reddish gray uniforms from 2004? Type it down in the chat. What are you picking, Ethan? You should search them up if you guys don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, that suit could be the suit of the draft, but to me, I'm not a personal fan of it, but
he's styling and profiling, man.
He's feeling himself.
Yeah, for sure.
He's feeling himself.
That's kind of like what I would wear after, I just got off maybe like a 24-hour bender, but I needed to really like recorrect myself and, boost my self-confidence per se.
There you go.
Yeah. Where would you wear something like that, Jaron?
Me? Where would I wear something like that? I think if I were, that's a good question. Maybe if I was going to prom, you might have to show out a little bit, wear some shoulder pads, similar to what he has on, and yeah, I mean that might be about it. But
some shoulder pads.
Yeah, he's got the shoulder. He's got pointy shoulders, bro.
Yeah.
If you look at his suit, it's all pointy, bro.
Because he definitely doesn't have that.
We'll see him drafted at 10th with the Dallas pick, and you'll get the suit again. So, and then we'll completely flop on the flip. So, flop on the pick.
You could see that this day would come. Now that it's what's going through your mind.
I guess now, this is me just thinking off the top of my head.
Amazing, guys.
Now we got 0 viewers. Fuck.
Worked really hard, and we ain't done
get to
yet.
chill
We're
for a
ground zero
Yes,
now.
I need to follow.
Now, with that in mind, though, Crystal, I know your model is play hard or don't play, and this is just the beginning.
Only if our Twitter account didn't get suspended, Jaron. I'm
I
sure
think we would have like 20 or 30 people.
at
on
start.
average,
Yeah, and we probably get up to like 100 or 200 at some point.
No, I'm young, but I got a mature mindset, and that's to work, and that's to come in and make a real impact, and not just the basketball side, but in the community, So they get a special player, a special person.
You guys have done a great job of keeping him grounded, although you've been tremendously focused on your own, but you have helped Chris. Now that he steps into
we got someone back on.
Probably Ethan. It might not be. We have individuals up in here. We got
Individuals.
perform.
Okay. So what I was gonna say is, I think likely, Memphis is in need of a backup point guard or backup scorer, or just secondary scorer, especially with John Morant getting suspended. Do you think that they make a ploy for Anthony Simons? I know it's kind of a stretch. I don't know if there's any connections there, but I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Do you think there's any viability or anything?
I do think that the overarching need for the Grizzlies. That's funny. I actually was listening to a Ringer podcast on the way here. Their Daily Ding, and they were discussing the trade from yesterday. That 3-teamer obviously between the Wizards, Celtics, and Grizzlies, and they think that the Grizzlies honestly haven't really solved their overarching need with this Marcus Smart move. They think that they were able to accrue that point of attack defense that they sorely needed, but they were not able to
they need to build up their culture.
We can talk to each other. But the Grizzlies weren't able to, get a bigger wing that can guard up, the two-way wings in the Western Conference that are going to be an egregious nightmare matchup.
I agree.
So, that's why everybody was so high on Zaire Williams and his development. But I mean, I think also,
All right. So tonight, though,
you know, that they were definitely in the talks for OG and Anunoby, and it seems like that situation definitely kind of folded.
How much you want to bet? This is going to be Eamon Thompson right here. Pick is in.
This is essentially where the do we think that this is where the draft starts, or is that 5?
I think the draft starts at 5 personally.
I would then tend to agree with you.
Yeah,
I do think that there's an off chance that he just got the call though. Never mind. Yeah, it's
Oh, so that's Eamon. I guess wrong.
we
I guess
flip
wrong.
flop.
Yeah, I guess.
So,
I wonder which one's the younger one. Oh, what if
they said it. They said this at the draft lottery. I think when Monica McNutt?
I'm not sure.
Or Monica McNeil.
McNeil.
Yeah. She did the interview with him just now, of course, but she interviewed them at the draft, and I earnestly can't even remember which one said which, but it was like, you know, the typical, you know, cliche twin. He beat me by 8 minutes, you know. Yeah. So obviously, though, you know, if we're coveting the two Thompson twins, what do you think are some of the differences between Eamon and Ozzer? Why is there a very slight brisk opportunity for the Mavericks to potentially be able to pick Ozzer at 10?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, Eamon just has a more well-rounded game. They have similar games. I think Eamon's just more. We'll listen to this real quick.
In the 2023
Must be
NBA
Cam
draft,
Whitmore.
the Houston Rockets select Amen Thompson.
Okay. So I think the draft starts here. I think this is whenever we'll start seeing the trades and everything kind of unfold from here on out with Detroit's 5th overall pick. But to get back to your point, you know, I think that Amen is just much more of a well-rounded offensive talent. Maybe not defensive talent, but I think, you know, his offensive game kind of speaks for itself. You know, with Ozzer, he's a much more raw talent, but I think he has the possibility of being, you know, maybe a top 3 guy in this draft whenever it's all said and done. His playmaking is there. Shooting, you know, that's shooting and sort of offensive numbers are where the questions do arise. But defense is definitely probably top of the mark in terms of Ozzer, and probably the difference between Eamon is, you know, Eamon I think is much more of a raw sort of defensive player, but the defense is still there. It's not really a question.
Freaky athlete, a driver, another playmaker, and a good passer. And he finishes.
Yeah, I think Ozzer is definitely a little bit more instinctual defensively. That you know, sort of been his calling card, but
to JJ's point earlier, with that sort of athleticism, if he can become consistent and be able to make shots, it's going to open things up for him. He's just a fabulous athlete.
He is so incredibly crafty with the basketball. I mean,
all right, so I mean, like, really, I do think that the draft probably starts here. Do you think, if you had any prediction, who does Detroit take? Because I mean, this is where, as of yesterday, you know, a few hours ago of yesterday, we probably would have seen Cam Whitmore taken.
right.
But clearly that news kind of unfolded really just hours before we even were recording our podcast. But yeah, that news kind of unfolded. So, you know, if you have any predictions, who does Detroit take here at 5?
I do think that they're in the running for another 3-and-D wing. I think that they're you could honestly almost maybe even pencil them in. That it's going to be either I would say the other Thompson twin and Ozzer, or they make a play potentially
Taylor Hendricks.
For Taylor Hendricks. Yeah.
Do you think that they could trade back?
Maybe Jarius Walker. You know, if they don't have plans on playing him at the 5.
Do you think if Orlando really wants, you know, say Anthony Black or someone like that, do you think that they could possibly trade back to 6, maybe even 7 with Indiana and select Taylor Hendricks there? If they're really wanting Taylor Hendricks, because not saying 5 is a stretch by any means, but I think that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, you know, a possibility, especially when we're evaluating the, you know, the difference in these guys, though, at 4 through 10. It's almost not even that, you know, maybe besides the men, there's really not too much a difference in between, you know, how good they are. There's different, you know, intricacies that you can maybe debate upon, but a lot of these guys, you know, you're splitting hairs at this stage, you know, in this sort of tier of the draft, like 4 through 10. So I think from I do think that from the Pistons' perspective, then they need to evaluate what positional need is going to fit them best. I do think that that's what they're going to be poised to do here. I would be shocked if this pick isn't one of Taylor Hendricks, Ozzie Thompson, or Jarvis Walker.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I think
only with the news that they may pass up on Cam Whitmore.
This could be all smoke
this could be a huge smoke screen, and they take him right here. So, it depends on how they covet him as a. It depends on how they covet Cam Whitmore as a 3-and-D wing, comparable to how much they think that's sort of a log jam right there.
The pick is in, so we'll see what it is. But
I
think
Jaden Ivey and Cade.
Yeah, if I had money, I would put it on probably Taylor Hendricks or Ozzie Thompson, one of those two guys. I just think for what their needs are, I think that those are probably the best talents available. But again, Cam Whitmore could have been a smokescreen all along. Jarvis Walker, I think that is a big loaded roster. I think they have too many on that roster
for sure.
But again, we could see them kind of take a stretch maybe with Jarvis Walker. But the pick is in. We'll see what it is. I guess comment down below Taylor Hendricks or Ozzie Thompson. Who we think?
I think Mr. Thompson dad is definitely wanting them to get a back-to-back right here, though.
I haven't seen the phone get picked up by Ozzie's hand, but it hasn't been on record yet. So or we haven't seen him
Ethan
yet.
Hendricks.
Okay. If I had to pick, I'd probably go that.
I bet Ethan probably just saw Twitter or something. So,
should we pull up Twitter?
Or
do what?
No,
I think
we're
we should wait.
No, we're waiting. I'm not letting Ethan spoil it to me if that was the case. Oh, he said not yet. He's just guessing.
All right.
Good guess, Ethan.
I like it. I
like that. That's what I think too, Ethan. That's my dark horse take. Any of you other guys in the chat, comment who you think the 5th pick is going to be. Do the Mavericks lose out on their chance for Cam Whitmore right here? Do the Mavericks need to pivot almost if Cam Whitmore's not available here? Because, what are the odds that Hendricks or, somebody like that, in that echelon, because we kind of say that the draft maybe is cut off at like 8 or 9 in terms of, everybody under that is essentially a tier under. Everybody selected from 4 to 9 maybe. So, from the Mavericks perspective, what do you think that they do if Hendricks, is not there or Whitmore in this instance? Do you think that that's they're starting to work the phones already, or do you think that there might just be somebody else that they'd be willing to select?
We'll see what they do here.
This is huge.
This is huge.
We live. Let's go, baby.
The Detroit Pistons.
Adam Silver.
Okay. So that actually makes our pick. Do you think Dallas holds on to that now? Because Taylor Hendricks and Cam Whitmore are now still available.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to see how the rest of these picks go.
Yeah, that they made things really interesting.
But I was thinking Hendricks. He was definitely like my shot in the dark kind of guy, but Ozzie was the guy that I was telling you beforehand.
Yeah, you said
Thompson he's probably going to get back to back. So, what's up, Aaron?
I don't know, man. I think either Dallas is now working the phones even more. Maybe not in much of a rush, but again, if Cam Whitmore is available, if Taylor Hendricks is available, I think that there's a real hesitation there in trading that pick, or at least trading back entirely. So we'll see what happens here. Orlando has a huge decision here with, the possibility of selecting Anthony Black, maybe even Cam Whitmore here. I've seen in mock drafts them going the sort of Jarvis Walker or Taylor Hendricks route, but I just don't think, with Whitmore and with Anthony Black available, I think that they probably take one of those two guys because they kind of need a facilitator. But we'll see.
Yeah, no, I would definitely tend to agree with you.
He said, "Where are you at?" I don't know. This just got interesting, but this is Aaron.
Aaron, who are you actually, bro? I definitely know you. You know who Ethan is. Oh, we got a like up in the.
Yeah.
We're doing our due diligence, guys.
Everyone, all 6 of y'all, like it real quick. I wonder if that bolsters the exposure or anything.
Well, we're definitely not. We're out here covering the Dallas Mavericks 2023 draft. Of course, the Pistons are on the horizon to pick right here. I almost pulled an Adam Silver and said the Pictons.
The Pictons, yeah.
Yes. What you know what's comparable to a Picton?
What?
It's pectin.
Pectin?
And you can find that in a lot of different sugars and things like that.
Is it a,
You know what's really sweet?
What?
If Cam Whitmore would have dropped to number 10.
That is very true.
Yeah,
That is very
you see
true.
what I did right
I
there,
like
right?
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a good
So we'll hope that we see a sort of a pectin occurrence up here on the live stream.
The pick is in for Orlando. It'll probably be like 2 minutes, but so.
You're not wrong, Ethan.
All right. If you were a betting man, $10, $140 payout, $150 payout, whatever it is. Who does Orlando take here with the 6th overall pick?
You know, that's a team that desperately needs shooting, but obviously it's too high of a jump to take Grady Dick. They have possibly the logjam of the century at guard right there. So I definitely don't anticipate that they're going to venture in that direction at all. I think that Hendricks is definitely probably the biggest play here. But I could definitely see maybe them taking a stretch on a Jarius Walker, especially with the injury history of Jonathan Isaac.
Yeah, I mean that's very true.
Yeah, we had 7 people up in the room.
We had 7
for a second.
We had 7.
We got 7.
I saw 6. Damn,
we got 7 for a second. Yeah.
Good shit, bro.
Yeah, we just need to keep following people, bro. We just got so hoed. I think people are enjoying the stream though.
Dude,
keep it chill on here, bro.
I'm nervous about this number 6 pick.
Yeah.
Right here, bro.
You guys didn't know we have the Luka ones on setup more than once to a Mavericks game actually.
Oh, you did? I forgot about that.
Yes, and that's the only sort of damage that they've ever took on. It was the Mavs versus Kings game that I wore these at. And
where Kyrie went off, unfortunately. But.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate happenstance there. Gerardo Hernandez, is that Jerry up in the chat?
Is that Jerry?
That's Jerry, no shot. No way, bro. No way.
Yes, this will affect Luka's legacy immensely.
Yeah. It's been a minute since I've seen that boy, bro.
That's crazy. What the?
Will this affect Luka's legacy? Yeah, it could potentially. Because depending on if the Mavericks screw this draft up, he may not be with the team anymore, and he might be on another team, maybe in a year or 2.
Denver's my projection.
Oh, wow.
Shit. Dude, wait, this is like good, bro. This is good.
Wild.
Oh, wow. Okay, wait.
They're going to have to trade one of the guards, dude. Bro. They're going to have to trade one of those guards.
Wait, so 7, 8, 9. Dude, wait, so one of Jarius Walker, Cam Whitmore, Taylor Hendricks, or who's the other one? Or was that it?
I'm transferring to UNT next year, bro.
Yeah,
as is Jaren. So, but I was at Collin, and I played a little football after high school. At a small school in Kansas for like a year, and then I came back.
So sorry, the 3 best available right now. Hey, that's pretty cool. It's Coppell.
Oh yeah, it's that Coppell. Is it a?
That's
not the Colony, is it?
No, I think
Irving.
Irving.
Yeah, that was Irving. Anthony Black went to Coppell. If you didn't know, guys, I played against Coppell in high school.
Yeah, that's actually
yes. I played against Anthony Black.
Did you?
I did.
He was 2020 draft class. So.
I just didn't actually play in that game.
Oh,
but he was there.
He was there.
I can attest that much. I may have high-fived him, and now
you high-fived the number 6 overall pick.
I'm out here making money moves, guys.
Money moves.
Yeah.
Money moves.
I don't know. Definitely not gonna sweat.
Wait. So Indiana, I think takes Hendricks here. Washington probably has to go best talent, which is Cam Whitmore, and then Jarius Walker at 9. That's how I see this planning out. And then the Mavericks getting absolutely screwed.
Yeah,
that's my guess. So
yeah, if anything else happens, then we'll rejoice.
I think the Mavericks have to trade their pick now or with Washington at 8. I think that's probably whenever we see a trade.
I would definitely agree. It's going to be right up into there. Yeah, are we going to wait for ESPN to pronounce the Mavericks trade? I anticipate at least like somebody joins the chat and just spoils it.
Yeah.
Just the one individual who has to be a little salty spittoon, I think that
Will that be Ethan? Yes or no?
without a doubt.
Are we checking Twitter right now?
Oh no way!
Wait.
Oh no way!
So I got.
Oh no way!
I
No,
gotta
you
check-
can't look. You can't look. You can't look. You can't have it spoiled. You can't have it spoiled. Oh, I screwed up, guys. It was
You're the one that you're the spoiler.
No, it was on accident.
Okay, I gotta see this.
I didn't
gotta
spoil
see this.
it,
I
though.
gotta see this.
I
gotta see this now.
I might have to make you wait, bro. Comment down below, guys. Should I make Jaren wait? We will let you decide. You get to decide his
I
fate.
gotta wait. Oh wait. Oh wait, no. Check. They took the book.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So
It's a shot in the dark.
Taylor Hendricks.
One of Jarvis Walker, Taylor Hendricks, Cam Whitmore will be available
At the 10 spot.
Oh, jeez. Raise the alarm bells.
Woo,
We gotta go. Hop on the
We're
Twitter.
getting crazy. We're getting crazy over here. Mainstream Mavs.
All right, we gotta start touching the hat. We gotta start touching the hat. All right. For those of you guys that don't know, right here we have featured is the hat of the gods, the Mainstream Mavs catalyst. This is what started the podcast. We actually summoned power from this hat. Rumor has it. Do you know if we summoned power from this hat?
We did summon power because the playoff game we went to, they lost to the Clippers. That's power. That is power. It affected like Lucas.
So, let me tell you the individuals on here. Okay, we got the janitor, Brian Cardinal himself.
Yes, sir.
We have Michael Finley, and it's a Michael Finley edition hat. As a matter of fact, they don't make these anymore. That's new era. This is some 2004 tech right here. Dirk Nowitzki. Definitely do still make those, by the way. Steve Nash. Travis something. I forgot his last name.
Travis. What's his name?
Starts with a B.
Yeah, it does.
Not Baker. It's not Baker.
We'll skip it.
He brought the hat out. Hasn't left the container for millennials. That is right.
That is very true.
This is a very special occasion. Ethan.
Okay, so here's the drop of the century right here.
There's a drop of the century. This is the stretch of the century. Too.
Stretch, yeah.
But this guy's upside is insane.
The Indiana Pacers select Bilal Coulibaly.
I can't do it. Koulibaly. There we go.
Coulibaly.
Koulibaly.
Oh, voice crack.
Hey, but that could be a young core right there, bro. Led by that man right there. If he does pan out, that
5'11", 2020 before growth spurt.
That's actually crazy.
Oh, I need some of that. Dirk, of course. Hence the legacy of this hat. This is where this hat lies. Is in the power of Dirk. Marquise Daniels is on here. Oh, he's right there. And then I believe Josh Howard. So we're cooking with a lot of grease, a lot of names up in here. This should give us the power for whatever happens at 10. So let's be prepared here.
Alrighty, here we
That
go.
will be out of the case for the remainder until 10.
If Washington doesn't take Cam Whitmore here, does Cam Whitmore fall to number 10?
Does Cam Whitmore fall to number 10
If Washington doesn't select him here? I mean, if you're Washington, you just got Jordan Poole, you just got Tyus Jones. Is Cam Whitmore too much there? What's their wing depth looking like?
Kispert,
yeah.
Probably not Kuzma.
Probably not.
I feel like they're going to take him.
I think they might take Mr. Whitmore.
I just don't
Or
think-
Hendricks. Mr. Whitmore or Hendricks here.
Yeah,
Well,
because
what's their
Hendricks is a safer bet for any team.
They could take Jarvis Walker, center.
Yeah, no, it's either Whitmore or Walker.
If he falls, I think Utah takes Walker, Jarvis Walker. If Jarvis Walker isn't selected here, I think Utah with Walker is probably a lock to me. But shout out to Bilal. We did a draft profile on him, and we kind of guessed that he was going to be probably outside of the top 14, or at least outside of the top 12. He went number 7, so congrats to him. He's insane.
That was the biggest jump, and this is like in the first draft that we've actually got to cover like this because Mavericks never even have good drafting positions. So to see a guy like that jump, in terms of the significance, I can just speak back to our player profile on this individual. Really rangy, athletic defender. He has a relentless sort of ability to attack the basket, has a very, very quick first step. Just has a very, very raw jump shot, but the mechanics are good.
Mechanics are very good.
So, I mean, this guy has a potential to be a sort of a micro Giannis.
To an extent.
Yeah.
He's still growing, though.
Yeah.
He's still growing, so there's a possibility.
Yeah, so, I mean, he has that sort of archetype
18,
he
I
can
believe.
fill out. Yeah, he's going to have to fill the frame out, though. He's very frail. He does have a tendency to, sort of lose when, his positioning isn't stable enough under the basket, or really from the free throw line extended, to under the rim. But as a point of attack defender, and as a help defender, as an off-ball defender, this guy might be the best in the draft.
Might be
After watching him. I mean, it was readily impressive what he did for Metropolitan 92 last year.
Yeah, him and Oscar Thompson kind of competing for that sort of top defensive. In terms of point of attack defense, probably competing at that top spot with each other. Washington just put their pick in. I believe it'll probably be another minute or two before.
Why is this pick on the
We need more.
Oh, shit.
The Pacers are trading back one with the Washington.
Oh, shit. So Washington is getting.
Koulibaly, I'm told, is selected for the Wizards. There's certainly be a package coming back to Indiana, but they've been targeting.
Man, the Wizards are just
making
stinking
moves.
the gym up. Woo! I mean,
What the fuck?
I just don't know about that one. When you have a guy like Cam Whitmore on the table, a guy that can, actually lead the Tide in the rebuild.
Cam Whitmore would probably be available. I think if you're Washington, I think that they're or Indiana. I think they're probably going to take Jarris Walker. If I had to guess. Oh no.
Rick would be a guy that really likes Hendricks.
Or Hendricks, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're kind of almost interchangeable because they're both kind of positions of need for them. Because they're
actually,
well, that would be insane. But okay, you do have to realize here that, if they are poised to keep Miles Turner, I mean, I know obviously the rumors are perpetual with him, but I do still think that Indiana's probably slated to keep him unless some sort of deal presents itself.
So why if you're Washington, do you feel the need to trade up to get below Koulibaly, or how do you say his last name?
Yeah, no, that
doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, no, the Wizards
traded up.
Oh yeah, they traded up.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me. I think if you're,
did they really? I mean, did they have intel that Indiana was going to take him at 8
I guess
or something?
maybe. We'll see what happens here.
I mean, I could understand if Indiana was going to take him. This is for Indiana.
The Washington Wizards select Jarris Walker.
Oh wow.
Taylor Hendricks and Cam Whitmore. Oh my god, dude!
No way.
Taylor Hendricks and Cam Whitmore will be available at that 10 spot, assuming Dallas does not trade. Which, if you're Dallas, this is prime trading position.
Oh yes, you could have an abundance of packages lined up. Things could get really frisky here, guys. If the Mavericks, choose to select one of these individuals, we are not going to be sad whatsoever. They are definitely prime candidates to start along Luka and Kyrie, and one of the only few guys really with inside the lottery that fit positionally to that degree. Perhaps our Cam Whitmore profile today paid off.
Paid off. In those final minutes,
we almost didn't do it. It may not get any views, but
it could have paid off.
It could have paid off.
Maybe we'll go in depth and do an actual profile if he is selected with that 10 spot. Again, we don't know what Dallas is going to do. They could trade back still, even if one of Whitmore or Hendricks is available, which they will be. They could still trade back. We don't know, but as of probably 2 or 3 hours ago, Mavericks were slated to keep their pick or at least hesitate to trade their pick if one of Hendricks or Cam Whitmore was available, and they will be available at 10. So we'll see what happens here.
The only, sort of counter to that is that obviously the phones could be ringing a little more frantically right now with some teams trying to jump up and get a value play there at 10. The Mavericks could have some really equitable trades on the table. that they may have not had if, the sort of top 9 had played out, in a sort of rudimentary fashion.
Yeah,
Like everything was sort of, supposed to go according to most mocks. So that's going to be interesting to monitor. Ethan in the comment section, of course, asked, who do I want more? Between Cam Whitmore and Taylor Hendricks, I am a little bit more preferential to Cam Whitmore because I think there's a sort of star-studded potential that he can get to that Hendricks couldn't. And I do think he can be equally good on defense, especially when he's not going to have to be taking on, primary ball handling responsibilities, with two dynamic, all-world playmakers and shot creators and Luka and Kyrie, assuming that Kyrie stays. So, I really think he could be the sort of ultimate 3-and-D wing who, is the antithesis of not one, or the antithesis of one-dimensional. So,
absolutely. I think, really, if you're Dallas here, answering your who do you want more, I think if you're Dallas here, if you're going rotationally, if you're going for the more rotational sound player, or at least safer player, you're going to probably go with Taylor Hendricks. He's just much more of a team need. But if you're going best available and probably best talent and most upside, you probably have to go with Cam Whitmore. The only question I have now is why did he fall all the way down to 9, potentially even 10? I think, maybe there's some concern there that we just don't know about yet.
Twitter spoiled. Better not say it, Ethan. Better keep those fingers off the keyboard.
Yeah, off the keyboard. Just keep them right here. So.
Don't worry, Ethan. I'll take $5 off your debt right now. I'm just joking.
What is it, like 77 or something?
No. That's not disclosed on the podcast. No,
okay,
nobody needs to know that. Nobody needs to know that.
That's fair.
No, it is 77 because that's Luka Doncic's number.
Exactly.
Ethan owes me $77. Exactly on the dot.
If we get Cam Whitmore here, is his debt and totally paid off?
No, Jaron. You can't make a decision like that.
I'm asking questions. I'm a reporter here. I'm asking questions.
You're just being provocative.
I'm picking your brain.
This interview is no longer suiting my interest. I'll be getting.
Are you only here to get paid?
I'll be getting my lawyer.
So that way, okay.
I'll be getting my lawyer.
We love you, Ethan.
Yes.
Oh
man.
All right. Don't spoil. I'm going to go Utah selecting probably Cam Whitmore here. I think they need scoring. And I think that they need not a primary ball handler, but I think that they need a secondary creator.
Yeah, I think the Sexton is sort of fizzling out for them. And, Agbaji, I don't know if that's going to be a guy that they trust in terms of delegating creation duties over to him in year 2. Obviously, Markkanen is a world-class talent, but I do think that I don't know. That's tough. I could see them also wanting to
go rotationally sound get Hendricks,
get Hendricks, but they just have no creation on that team. If Sexton is indeed on the trade block, I do think that they would probably get Whitmore to right there and try to pair him with Markkanen.
I agree. I think that this team in Utah is in not dire need, but I think that they're in need of a secondary creator, scorer.
I know that they really coveted Anthony Black.
And Cam Whitmore is kind of maybe not a level above, but he was on that sort of echelon of point guard / wing combo guards. So I would
say he's. If I had to rank them, I would say comparatively
Cam Whitmore's better. I would agree. So I think that Utah probably takes Cam Whitmore here. Dallas is left with Hendricks at 10, in my opinion. And what do you do there if you're Dallas? That's the big question.
Yeah, me personally, like I said, I'm more preferential to Whitmore. Because of I just think he has a higher ceiling than Hendricks. With some, especially if some of those swing factors like his playmaking, and his ability to create for himself in the mid range end up hitting. But with either of those guys, if the right trade is on the table, I know as coveted as they are, you can't hesitate to take it.
Absolutely.
And I don't think the Mavericks are operating under that assumption. I think some fans kind of thought that Mark Cuban's quote earlier kind of hinted at the Mavericks operating basically on a last minute basis. As just essentially seeing how the draft plays out and kind of going accordingly off that. And a lot of fans took that as they had no plan, but in a year where where the 10th pick has so much volatility in terms of who could drop there, like we've just seen.
Yeah.
In this instance, they definitely made the smart play here, because had they not, say the Mavericks had traded that pick preemptively and got maybe less of a value play, had they traded this before the draft and then Whitmore or Hendricks falls, I mean they're definitely gritting their teeth at that. So I have no clue what's going to happen. Twitter may have spoiled it for some of you guys watching, particularly Ethan. But I mean, it could have only spoiled the pick.
It could have, yeah.
There can still be trades after the fact. So we'll just play it by ear and see what happens here. But obviously, this is why we tanked at the end of the season, Jaron.
Absolutely. It was for this reason right here.
Yes, we definitely need to start. The Mavericks hat is right here, guys, and we're gonna try to summon its power right now. We're gonna put on some traditional sort of shaman music here
After Adam Silver.
after Adam.
announces.
Yes, the 9th pick.
Cam Whitmore.
NBA draft.
I do too.
The Utah Jazz select Taylor Hendricks.
Wow! No way.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
I'm still like,
So-
he's actually from Florida.
Wow.
wow.
Florida.
Okay. I mean, Cam Whitmore at 10 available.
Is it the injury concerns that made him slide?
That's
He's 18. I just think that some of those injury concern things are just so overblown. Unless the man has like an enlarged heart or something, something that would prevent his career or shorten his career. Or if there is some sort of maybe like a stress fracture or something that could be repetitive. But if that's not the instance, I'm curious as to why he slid this far. Did he do bad in pre-draft interviews? I genuinely think like
is there some sort of undisclosed?
maybe there's a discrepancy
Yeah.
between how executives in front office are viewing him, versus the media. I don't know. But this is definitely interesting. And I think that, like I said, the only thing that we can do in this instance is apply the magic hat, because it'll give us the power. We're going to summon the signatures from this hat. Dirk is on here, Michael Finley, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd. This sort of has the Mavs typically take gambles. The new regime has been a little bit more keen to taking gambles. The old regime, I would say, was a little more
Safe approach.
safe approach to it. But regardless, in whatever they do, they definitely screw it up.
They screwed up. Cam Whitmore will be the biggest bust of the century of this draft.
Yeah.
Or they trade for Duncan Robinson. We don't know yet.
That's the sort of pessimistic outlook.
We got Colton Varvel on the stream here.
No, that's what. Yeah, I was answering his
Oh,
question.
you were. Oh,
Yeah,
you were. I didn't know that.
yeah.
I didn't see.
Yeah, we got a conglomerate of individuals
Well,
up here on the stream.
I just saw it. Unfortunately.
You saw it. The full details? Don't tell me. I'm locked in.
He sprints down the floor. He dunks the ball. What do you want?
I don't know.
Do you not want? Are you like just in shock or something?
Yeah. So they'll select someone here, someone very questionable, and you'll see what happens. So
That would probably denote that there could be something else happening.
there will be something else happening.
Okay.
Literally. There will be something else
Okay.
happening.
I'm scared now. I'm getting an uneasy feeling in my.
I'll say one thing: Cam Whitmore is not going to be at 10.
Yeah, I knew that much. I based on your reaction, I can figure that much. But
I think it's a smart move.
okay, I just want to see. I just want to see what they do.
Okay.
I'm very, very scared. I'm going to the contingency scenario that they have completely traded out the draft. They're neglecting the draft. They only see horizontal development as a path to improvement. It's plain powder all over again. So I don't know.
The only thing is I don't know which pick it is, but they're not entirely out of the draft. So I'll leave it at that. But
Okay.
I'm spoiling it a little bit too much. I know you didn't want that, but
Jaron, I could already surmise what happened just based off your first reaction. I was just trying to, make myself feel a little better.
Yeah.
But if you were to tell me the players involved, that's when there might be consequences for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's when we may have to to get on the floor or something. And this turns from a Mainstream Mavs draft coverage live stream to potentially a UFC stream.
A UFC stream,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
he had to turn it in because he heard the trade news. I have
yes,
not.
sir, Scott. Oh my God, dude, that's crazy. That's like one of my old friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
No
From
way.
like elementary school, bro.
Welcome.
That's crazy.
You said Scott?
Skylar.
Skylar. Oh, Skylar. Yeah, I remember him from.
okay.
No, he's Arbor Creek. I remember Skylar. Yeah.
That's crazy. What's up, bro?
That boy was a hooper back in the day.
Thank you. Now
Hell
the
yeah.
Dallas Mavericks
All right,
on
so the pick is in for
fast
Dallas.
break. Pick is on the move. Let's
Yeah,
begin
so
with
it will be
the
traded,
insider Adrian
and
Wojnarowski.
Adrian
Let me
Wojnarowski.
listen.
That's right, Malik. I'm told that Dallas
I don't know
is
what
picking
picks on
from Oklahoma City here at number 10. The Mavericks are
Say
sending
training.
out Davis Bertans' contract and the number 10 pick for Oklahoma City's pick at 12.
Yes. Okay. Good. Okay.
$22 million left, guaranteed on Bertans'.
Okay. I was making sure.
contract. They've been looking to package that to create some salary cap space in Dallas. They do so. The Thunder are up now at number.
So it's just a salary dump. They
So
just
it's a
absorbed
salary
it.
dump, and
Mavericks all eyes
Orlando,
on
keep in mind,
Kyrie Irving, who is
Orlando
the
selected Anthony Black
December.
at
What more can
6.
you tell us on that front?
Yes.
Cam Whitmore could still be available.
For this organization
At 12.
in Dallas,
Or Derek Lively.
If
Or
they're,
Derek Lively.
if they're really just not that keen to it, yeah.
paramount.
I don't want to select Derek Lively at 12 though.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
I'm just saying those are probably the two
Yeah.
who they'll select.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tell you who they select here, or who I was told that they select here, but
But it's not Cam Whitmore.
not Cam Whitmore.
Okay. So we literally just have to get lucky on one pick.
On one pick.
Okay. All right, we got to summon the hat again, everybody. The hat is back in the house. We got off Davis's contract. The hat has gave us.
Bye, Davis Bertans. You know, we loved your time here.
Yes, if Cam does go to 12, that would be very tragic.
He'd probably be the fall of the draft, in my opinion.
But like, if they were able to get him at 12, my goodness, and get off Bertans' contract,
that would be the
A plus
A
plus
yeah.
plus 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 plus. I don't even care that we didn't get anything in return.
Okay, so if I'm told correctly, this is going to be a huge.
I have a trade to announce.
Okay. All right, here we are. All right.
As part of a deal to be finalized later, the Indiana Pacers are trading to the Washington Wizards.
Oh.
The draft
No,
rights
yeah,
to
they'll never
Will
do the actual
Vanderbilt, the seventh
in-time
pick,
trade.
And the Wizards are trading to the Pacers.
Oh, they got
the
2
draft
future seconds
rights
in the
to
process.
Jarris Walker, the 8th pick.
Dang, they just lost like all their draft compensation out of that Phoenix draft, out of the Phoenix trade.
And with the
To move up to get Bilal is
2023
crazy, though.
NBA draft,
Okay.
the Dallas Mavericks select
Sure.
Casey
Yeah,
Wallace.
Casey Wallace at 10.
from the University
That is
of
a
Wow.
That is a huge stretch. Maybe Orlando was going to take him at 11. I really don't know.
All right, no more phones. No more phones.
Yeah, I'm done with the phones.
Yeah.
This is where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
But we shedded salary, and the potential is there that Cam Whitmore could be available still at number 12. If he's taken by Orlando, do you think that they probably go safe route and take Derek Lively there?
I think that Orlando's comfortable right now with their big man situation,
Yeah, I mean,
and
well, not Orlando. Do you think Orlando passes up on Cam Whitmore? Do you think that they take?
I mean they do have Franz, and I mean they're obviously not the
Well,
same
but they-
archetype of player.
They selected Anthony Black earlier. That's why I think
That's
Cam
true.
Whitmore,
I didn't
yeah.
even think about that.
Yeah.
So they already have that much creators, and I mean,
Yeah,
he's a
and
sort
they're
of
already log jammed at that spot.
Yeah, like heavily. I mean, they have Suggs, Fultz. I'm forgetting one more.
Kiki. Or
No. I'm forgetting like one of their guards.
Oh,
Cole
like-
Anthony.
Oh, Cole, yeah, Cole
they're,
Anthony. Yeah,
They're stacked right there, dude.
yeah.
I can't believe they took another guard.
Are they going to take another one with Cam Whitmore? I mean, that makes this pick at 12 very weird.
I mean, he's not a guard, but
Yeah, he's not a
definitely-
guard,
I mean,
but-
he's not a guard, but he definitely.
I don't know if Orlando gets Anthony Black and Cam Whitmore though. That could be crazy in Florida. But if Cam Whitmore is available at 12, where Dallas will be selecting now, this could be the move of the draft.
Yes.
Shedding salary in the process. I don't know why, if you're Oklahoma City, you feel the need to trade up for Casey Wallace. This is two very confusing trade up.
Yeah, because you take on Bertans' contract, and I mean, obviously Sam Presti really likes Cason Wallace, and I'm never going to doubt Sam Presti in terms of his draft selection because he has a track record that's second to none.
Yeah.
But it definitely is, in terms of where these guys were tentatively projected, it is definitely somewhat confusing.
Yeah, especially for Bilal, I don't know why you need
Yeah.
to trade up if you're Indiana, or Washington. I don't know why you feel the need to trade up there. And if you're Oklahoma City, I think that Cason Wallace was probably going to be there at 12. Maybe they found some information that Orlando was possibly going to take him with that 11th pick. I'm not sure, but Orlando has some decisions to make here, and if you're Dallas at 12. If Cam Whitmore is available, I think that you have to take him there at 12. That's just way too good of a value spot to not take him.
Yeah, no. I mean, even if, whatever sort of concerns that prompted, Cam Whitmore to fall to where he has so far, whether those be locker room issues or, just some rancid pre-draft interviews, injuries. Obviously, I don't think that those can override just the amount of talent that you're getting at that spot right there.
Absolutely.
You have to at least swing for
it. So the Orlando pick is in, and also prerequisite, Cason Wallace is wearing a Dallas hat, and he's from Richardson. So it's a little awkward, and he's talking about how he loves going back home. But that's not going to happen, unfortunately. I don't know if he knows that news yet.
He definitely doesn't.
Yeah, that's tough. He's probably very happy right now, and he'll be found out. Or I guess he'll find out probably in 5 or so minutes that he's not going to be a Dallas Maverick.
Yeah.
But,
and the good part about this, even when the Mavericks pick is over, guys, the Mavericks could always trade back into, get a second-round pick or something. So
draft is not entirely over. If they select
especially the trade movement. So we will be staying tuned.
I think the full details haven't been out yet. I think just the contract in general, I think probably, in my opinion, is there's probably not going to be any draft compensation there or any draft assets included in that trade with Oklahoma City that just occurred between Dallas, because they are taking on that Bertans contract. But if there is a future second, the Mavericks for sure, in my opinion, probably got the better of that trade. But
I'd say it's a very equal trade. I don't know. Is it?
Oklahoma City now has Lou Dort and Cason Wallace.
Those are two very similar archetypes. Really like carbon copies essentially.
Yeah. I think your comp.
One of my comps for Cason Wallace was Lou Dort. So I was being able to get two Marcus Smarts on a team at the point of attack. That'll bode well for them for sure. But that's going to be interesting to see exactly.
Oh no!
That was a trade recap.
I was about to say. I was like, what?
What does that look like in Oklahoma City? I feel like one of those guys they'll have to cash in on one of Dort or Cason Wallace at some point. Maybe they're looking to trade Dort.
Here we are. All right, this is it.
This is it.
In the 2023 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select Jet Howard.
No way, bro!
No fucking way!
No way! Jet Howard went that high. Oh man, Juwan Howard was kissing some NBA front office's ass, bro. Yes. Wow, bro.
Cam Whitmore available at 12. That could have been the move of the draft, bro. I don't mean to toot the Mavericks horn, because I'm trying to be as level-headed as possible, but I'm definitely not.
Yeah.
Cam Whitmore at 12, assuming there is no real injury concerns.
Now that I'm starting to get just slightly concerned that they may not take him at this point, just from the standpoint that, if he's fell this much, there might legitimately be
some concerns.
Some concerns.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jet Howard at 11.
Yeah, as well.
We just kind of threw him in at our sort of draft profiles as just one of those guys that we thought would go in a late lottery at best.
Yeah,
at best.
No, we put him in the echelon of, I legitimately thought 20, maybe even 18 was his ceiling.
Yeah,
I thought that this guy was going to go a second rounder. He's a great movement shooter, great size. Still has a lot to unlock defensively, but his dad's genetics obviously, do him his own due diligence from that perspective. So, you know, for Orlando, they need shooting very badly. So I'm not hating on this pick. They were more preferential to Jet than Grady Dick, essentially.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I guess
that's kind of how they were probably viewing it, to be honest with you.
So yeah, I mean Dallas at 12.
I think Jet may have a little bit more of a self-creation aspect to him than Grady. I mean, Grady's he's really good at attacking off closeouts, but I mean, this guy can get to his spots.
Absolutely.
So
I think you have to take Cam Whitmore here.
No, I mean, yeah, they have to. They've already pushed their chips in and traded back, got off the Bertans contract. Cam Whitmore should undoubtedly be the play right here for the Mavericks.
And then,
as most of you guys probably already know from Twitter, but I'm refusing to look.
I think if you're Oklahoma City, like to me, I think you feel dumb as hell doing that trade because Jet Howard was taken at 11. That's a totally different player compared to Case and Wallace. I don't know if maybe they were doing that to jump ahead of the Magic to select a defensive guard.
No worries, Mark. We appreciate you joining.
Oh, what's up? Mark's in here too?
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't know. Both of these move ups, I just don't really understand. I really don't understand Washington trading for
Skyler said he hopes we take Lively.
Really, at 12. If we trade back to
Skyler
15,
wants Cam Whitmore to fall to, what is it, 17 where the Lakers are at, or 18 wherever it's at?
I don't know if you're still an LA fan, bro, but he could fall there. You never know. But I think I don't think we take Lively here. I think if we're going to take Lively, we probably trade back again to maybe 15 or so. If Atlanta's really keen on trading for 12, we don't.
I would be interested to see if we were really. I mean, we could definitely still facilitate a sort of deal like that to 15, or just given that we're still in a pretty favorable position here at 12. But I mean, I do think that they'll probably go ahead and take Cam Whitmore here. At least I hope so.
I'd hope best available talent.
I just want to ease this.
Oh, okay. See, that's respect.
That's definitely respect. I think that's like what everybody needs to do in the modern age. If you didn't grow up a fan of a certain team, definitively, bro, you kind of just gotta throw the towel. Because NBA is wild nowadays.
It is wild. The pick is in, and it will be Oklahoma City selecting this pick. But whoever Oklahoma City selects will be going to Dallas, assuming they keep the pick.
We'll see if Cam cries, Ethan. Ethan said that he thinks Cam is going to cry tears of sadness.
He falls to 12.
I don't know. Personally, if I was in the NBA green room, in front of ESPN and everything, I definitely don't think that I would, succumb to any sort of outstanding sadness I have. But, at the same time, maybe these guys have passed the echelon of being humble, just because they're him so much every day that he might actually, end up getting sad over. But I'm sure that he'll just, probably use it as a chip on his shoulder. Hopefully, and he becomes a killer,
Absolutely.
Maybe him dropping in the draft is what we needed to.
It's his motivation.
To prompt, the defensive side to come out.
It could be.
It could be.
I mean, if you're Dallas
he's like 12 teams passed on me, so I was not going to be able to come up with a good analogy.
I mean, to bring it back to basketball, sorry, Will. If you're Dallas here, you have Jaden Hardy already on the roster. You take Cam Whitmore. Does that make Jaden Hardy irreplaceable?
Oh no, I mean they're definitely two different positions. The Mavericks.
Just had to ask, but
the Mavericks. This isn't as much of a creator / playmaker ploy that they're getting here, as it is, addressing the perimeter wing issues and the 3-and-D wing issues, right? But that being said, they've been blessed enough to get an individual who has the ability to do both.
Absolutely.
Obviously the playmaking and the shot creation aspect. I think that's going to be something that comes along in his career, with time. Well spent with God hopefully. And I would say Mike Shedd, but he's not on the coaching staff anymore, unfortunately. RIP. But
I swear I thought I saw him at a burger place one time.
he's
with his kids.
I think you definitely may have, but he also does look like every other 35 ball middle-aged dad.
He
So
does. That is
it's definitely an interesting dynamic. But now that we've sort of veered off track, with Cam Whitmore, depending on how fast he's able to sort of harness that athleticism and get the playmaking, as well as the ability to create his own shot in the mid-range, open up his dribble bag a little bit, get and come in. I think day one, I think he can patch some of those holes as a defender though.
Absolutely.
As well, just by doing his due diligence on the mental aspect of that, the defensive awareness side. Being able to hit on those rotations, being a little bit more aggressive on closeouts, but also, taking a seat back when he needs to, not overextending himself, trying to jump a passing lane when he doesn't need to, not making a risky rotation, something like that, or getting caught in no man's land. If he's able to, get better at that, honestly, really just throughout his rookie year, which I think he can definitely do because of the athletic toolbox that we're working with here. And the other things, just in terms of how he definitely just does everything very smoothly. If you've watched this game, I think that the other things can almost come naturally to him throughout the course of his career, particularly the playmaking, once he's able to sort of, shelve away that tunnel vision. And the floor starts to open up more for him, especially with his size. He should be able to make that adjustment in terms of this is a very exciting scenario. I'm going to be talking up this for a very long time.
Absolutely. I think sitting at 6'7", 6'11" wingspan,
235.
NBA he's got good size. My only concern is his switchability on defense. I think he can probably guard 1 through 3 pretty comfortably. He had a little bit of a struggle through college, kind of navigating through screens. Just kind of chose wrong decisions almost. So that's my only concern there.
Strength-wise, I think
he compete.
He could hold up against some fours for sure.
That was one of his pluses.
Yeah.
As far as offense goes, he's not going to be asked to be handling the ball, assuming Kyrie comes back.
Yeah.
So I think that he's going to be a very comfortable 3 guy.
Yeah.
Some of his, I guess, nags or sort of improvements he needed to make was too many turnovers, a little loose with the ball with his handles and stuff. But he's not going to be asked to handle the ball a lot. He's not going to be asked to play make a whole lot. That was kind of one of his little negatives as well. I think that he's a guy you can put the ball in his hand and probably work, one-on-one, and he can comfortably drive, comfortably score. This is a guy I think that will probably start day one if this is Cam Whitmore.
There you go.
With the 12th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Derek Lively II from Duke University.
How do you fuck that up, dude? How do you fuck that up? We're just hyping up Cam Whitmore so much, bro. Oh my god, dude. That's crazy. Look, we got a shot blocker. Skylar, you were right. We got a shot blocker, a much more raw talent. There has to be something very wrong with Cam Whitmore if he's falling to 13, bro.
No, there has to be something extremely wrong.
Toronto may have just got the steal of the draft, though.
But that's like the archetype of player that they literally. How? Wow.
What the fuck, bro? How do you fuck that up? I don't mean to be dropping the F-bombs. I'm sure y'all don't care, but. So this was reported a while ago. Dallas would be selecting him. We're trying not to look at our phones, but look, like the positives are you traded back, you shaded or shedded some salary in the process, shedded kind of a negative contract with Bertans. What's up, Ethan? You got a shot blocker. Does that fill your rim need? In my opinion, it doesn't. I don't think he's a starter day one. Maybe the Mavericks view him differently.
Oh, this is a head scratcher, guys. Obviously, the Mavericks need to address rim protection. Mark Cuban definitely epitomized what he said earlier in terms of the center quote. Yeah. This is concerning.
Look, if you traded back to 15, you took the original trade with Atlanta for John Collins.
Yeah.
I can understand 15 with Derek Lively, but at 12, whenever Cam Whitmore's on the board, I mean, unless if there's something very wrong with Cam Whitmore that we just don't know about yet, this is a very head-scratching decision for me.
No, I mean, there's got to be, I got to see how far he falls. I mean,
I don't know. Look, like the upsides are, as they're showing on the screen right now, he has some shooting upside, some playmaking upside as well. Of course, the shot blocking's there. Defensively, he's a rotationally sound guy. A little kind of clunky once he gets up into the perimeter. I don't think he's going to be asked to do that a whole lot. But, I mean, I know. Yeah, Warriors.
I'm just so happy to be here. It's a dream just getting started. I'm so excited.
Now, you guys' story has been well
I just don't understand this, bro. Like, there has to be something really wrong with Cam Whitmore that we just don't know about.
There has to be.
Yeah.
If the sentiment they drop below 10, yeah.
How are you feeling?
I thought Cam Whitmore was the man. We were talking about him for 5 minutes.
No, I genuinely think this could be coming back to bite us very, very hard. I don't know. I'm concerned. Skylar said Bruce Brown, future Mav.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I hope. That'd be nice.
Like we said,
I mean, they will have the full mid-level exception because they got under.
Oh yeah, I mean we got the full mid-level exception.
Oh, and they got a 17 million trade exception. I forgot because they absorbed.
Oh, so that's actually really huge.
But trade exceptions are also very hard to use.
That is true.
They are easy to use during the offseason though. So the Mavericks are.
I mean that's not a bad prediction maybe.
I mean like if they want to throw him the full.
Yeah, Bruce Brown.
I could.
Skylar, you got a good point there, but
he went for the taxpayer mid-level last year,
and that covers your sort of wing defense kind of.
Oh yes, John Song. The details on the trade as of currently. The Mavericks sent Davis Bertans and the number 10th pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder in a salary dumping move, so they could not be a tax-paying team. They probably thought that this roster wasn't good enough to be a tax-paying team. I don't know, Taryn. But they did that, and then they ended up subsequently selecting Derek Lively the second at the 12th pick, where they traded back to. So they get a $17 million trade exception from the Bertans trade, and they also have full use of their mid-level now heading into free agency. So they're poised to be making some upgrades here.
Absolutely.
I'm not mad at this if they really do have some wings on the horizon in free agency.
I mean, you have
that they're poised to get.
I mean, if you take Bruce Brown, maybe not. I guess he's probably going to be asking the full TP now.
No, he's the full regular.
Yeah,
is what he's going to be asking now. He got the TP MLE last year, so
yeah, he's going to be asking for the full regular. Yeah. Do you can still make a Grant Williams trade? Now you have Reggie, Bruce, and I just said it, Grant Williams, and the wing spot. That's not a bad wing rotation at all. And you're probably going to have how much? I mean, does that leave you with any cap room after that?
You have full use of that MLE, and then you have that trade exception. I mean, the MLE is going to be their only pathway to improving strictly via free agency, right? So once you venture outside of that, unless they do another salary clearing move, then everything else is going to have to come with trades. They obviously have in their back pocket that 2027 first round pick that could definitely be applicable to be traded this summer at some point, especially if they're going to go all in like we sort of think that they should. But we're just going to have to monitor the situation accordingly. I'm definitely I'm not as mad now, especially if Cam Whitmore slips past 13. I think I'll take a little heat off the ice.
Yeah.
But it's definitely we have a trade to announce. I feel like.
With the 13th pick in 2023 NBA
Cam
draft,
Whitmore right here.
The Toronto Raptors select Grady Dick.
Oh, dude, he must be.
Wow, something bad went
Yeah.
Dude, something bad happened. Wow. All right, guys. We're changing our opinions over here at the Mainstream Mavs podcast.
The Mavericks won the draft.
The Mavericks. Will and Jaron are now.
We're full Mavericks lovers instead of haters like we were for 2 seconds. But
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think. So passing on Cam Whitmore. I don't. Did you already answer that question that John Song asked?
I thought he'd for sure already been taken sooner. Do you have any thoughts on passing on Cam Whitmore? We talked about that, for like the last 10 minutes, John. At first, I was extremely distraught. Over maybe the last maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I think my sentiment has started to change, especially seeing that Grady Dick just got selected by the Raptors. I'm starting to get the vibe that something in terms of Cam Whitmore's, injury or, maybe his pre-draft interviews, something had to have been a little sketch there because I know that the Raptors obviously have they have a similar archetype. They have about 3 Cam Whitmores right now, essentially, with Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, and OG Anunoby, if you're looking at it, sort of subjectively. But you definitely did. It's still troubling as to why they would pass on that talent for a guy that every mock draft essentially had penciled in at number 5. Especially not even looking to trade it or anything. That it's definitely puzzling. So, good for Grady Dick. I mean, honestly, thought he should have been taken over Jet Howard. I think he's a little bit more dynamic offensively, even though Jet Howard may be able to feature a little bit more, creation. But Raptors get a shooter. They needed shooting very badly. Very, very badly. Nobody in that starting lineup could shoot. So they were another team that got what they wanted.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm texting. But...
No, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, there could be some real concern here. New Orleans. All right.
I can't do this interview without asking about the suit.
Yeah, so John Song, to your point, Derek Lively was a very raw candidate. I think 12 may have been a little bit of a stretch, but Dallas was kind of projected to take him at that 10 spot. Dallas was kind of projected to take him at the 10 spot, so trading back, shedding some salary in the process. I mean, now looking at it, especially with what could be happening to Cam Whitmore, we don't know yet. But what could be happening to Cam Whitmore, definitely looking a lot better, but much more of a shot blocker, which is what this team definitely needs. Mark Cuban went on 105.3 The Fan earlier this morning and actually addressed kind of the biggest team needs, and that was rim protection, and that's exactly what Derek Lively II will fill. There's some concerns offensively, just his availability. There's some concerns kind of I guess just pro readiness is probably the best way to put it. So, there's definitely some questions there, but is he going to be a day one starter? If I had to answer that right now, probably not. But again, he's the only shot blocker that we have on this team. So, that could be changed. In every interview up until I guess just now, it kind of seemed like Derek Lively was, he loved Dallas. He loved being here, but I don't think that Dallas kind of shared the same sentiment. But I mean, clearly they probably had this move or at least this plan in head for probably a while now. And I mean, I'm like I said, shedding that salary, in my opinion, is the biggest part of this. It opens up trades. It opens up
and that trade exception.
Signing.
Yeah. I mean, they can absorb any contract into that trade exception up to $17 million. So, if there's any, the reason trade exceptions are so scarcely used is because they're usually created by dumping a bad player, and they would usually have to, then subsequently be used by usually getting a guy that is salary dumped from another team.
Yeah.
So if the Mavericks want to take a chance on, a guy that, could potentially be getting salary dumped, they have the ability to do so. But also with the trade exception, the good thing about it does grant them leniency in deals as well.
Yeah, the Mavericks
they can use it to match salaries. So
yeah, what I shared or same. Yeah. I mean, Bertans was not a positive contract, so turning him into a positive trade, or hopefully a positive trade, we'll see probably in a couple years from now. Yeah, that was definitely huge. Yeah, I mean, this gives Dallas active trade routes now, and active signing routes, sign and trade, whatever it be. I guess they're active now. I know Shams just reported it. I think that the Mavericks are now sort of active in the trade market with that $17 million exception to acquire a player. So we'll see what happens. But the Mavericks are definitely not done with this offseason. Getting Derek Lively.
And a current / future pick.
Wow.
So, wow. We're still on the clock here, guys. The Mainstream Mavs podcast is out here still covering the Mavericks, who still could be selecting in this year's draft.
Hey, Marcus Morris, baby. Everyone's reporting it. Marcus Morris is a Maverick. I'm just playing.
Really?
Yeah. Well, but that's kind of the same. Hey,
You would have. Oh no! No way that man Jackie called that.
Hey, at the beginning of the podcast, I said it, but Jackie, one of my friends, had texted me that Marcus Morris unfollowed the Clippers and followed the Mavericks hours before the draft. So,
Pairing up the Morris twins is definitely a way to add some toughness.
some toughness and also some ticket sell. That's probably the thought process behind it.
I mean, I don't know the actual wing defense that would be added in that scenario. I think Marcus definitely has better lateral quickness than his brother.
Yeah.
But they're definitely, very stout. Yeah, no, it would be interesting. But, once they're with Luka, I would probably start feeling better about them. I don't know. This is
honestly, this is a fun draft to cover because this is just kind of like taking everything as it comes. I mean, yeah, I don't know. If Marcus Morris is the guy, you add some veteran hardship, you add some defense, definitely some offensive talent there as well. But look, he's an older guy. This team is in need of some veteran kind of playoff presence, and that's what he brings. And I mean, in my opinion, he's probably the three guy on that starting lineup day one. I mean, you could have a starting lineup if Marcus Morris is in that. We'll see what this pick is real quick, and then I'll finish my thought. But
yeah, no, I'm definitely intrigued.
Trade announcement.
Another trade to announce.
Dallas Mavericks.
That's the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay, so we'll get the full details here, right?
As part of a deal to be finalized later,
Mm-hmm.
the Dallas Mavericks are trading to the Oklahoma City Thunder the draft rights to Cason Wallace.
Wait, so
Adam Silver is having some mispronunciation issues very, very badly tonight, guys. For an individual that's so stoic, so revered when he speaks, not a good performance that he's putting out here. He doesn't go here.
Yeah.
The New Orleans Pelicans select Jordan Hawkins.
Oh my goodness.
He's going to go to the Lakers. He's going to go to the Lakers, bro.
Skylar, you may be getting your guy, bro.
He's going to the Lakers.
You got mini LeBron lined up, bro. Skylar asked who we have in mind for the trade market. So you have Marcus Morris. In terms of another guy that they could, maybe absorb into salary, I'm trying to think of other disgruntled contracts around the league.
Grant Williams. I mean, that's sign and trade, but
yeah, but I mean, he's worth too much. He's getting at least a couple seconds, bro. I think that they're gonna have to expend a first if they want to get Grant Williams.
You really do?
Oh, 100%, 100%. Comment, hey, everybody in the chat that's here right now, is Grant Williams worth a first? You think Grant Williams is worth one first round pick at least?
And John Song, to answer your question, Keith is a
I know he sold at the free throw
right?
line
Yeah.
though. That was rough.
Is Keith an unrestricted or restricted free agent?
I'm sorry, active on the trade. Yes. Wait, is that your who's that?
I think that's I think that's Ethan Part 2. I think
it's Ethan Part 2, yes.
Or that's
yes,
Ethan
no, that's Ethan Part 2. That was reported by Shams, Ethan. John just asked if Markeith.
Oh, that's so. Okay, all right. That's okay.
Oh, he's on a different I guess sign in that he came with.
Yeah. What's up,
okay. Is Markeith Morris up for free agency? I believe he is.
Yeah, no. So I think he's unrestricted.
He may have a player option. No, he doesn't. I'm tripping right now.
I mean, if we get Keith.
Oh, he said Markeith Morris.
Yeah, Markeith.
Okay. I was thinking about Marcus. Okay. Yeah, I mean, because I believe he's an undrafted. Yeah, I mean, not one of my. I did not mean to say undrafted. I believe he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. I think he was just on a minimum deal, but I can look at his actual contract. We just got to go on a SPO track here.
There's a lot of moving targets happening. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see this happening.
Personally, wouldn't trade a first for Grant Williams.
I agree. That's my opinion. I don't.
Well, I meant Grant Williams is worth a first. Is what I meant.
I wouldn't trade a first, but
it would depend. It depends on who he's in aggregate salary with. Where the first who would be if it's Tim. I think that's almost a fair 1-for-1 swap. If it's Tim Hardaway Jr. for Grant Williams or especially, I think Tim was able to bolster some of his value back last year for sure. But obviously the salaries don't match on that. But but if it's like if it's like Davis Bertans, then yes, I think you'd have to expel a first to get Grant Williams. Like if it's,
in that scenario,
that's
yes,
what I was like trying to like more so get at. Like if we're just talking about he's worth the first, just in terms of as a player. But I don't know if like depending on who else we'd send if we'd also have a first.
So Atlanta and Utah here. Utah could get Cam Whitmore. Even though they passed up on him at 9, they could still get Cam Whitmore depending on what Atlanta does. The pick is in. I don't really know. Maybe Keontae George. They need another creator.
Yeah.
They need another scorer.
But then they kind of got their assurance for Trey last year. I mean, they got Aaron Holiday, I guess. I don't know. I mean, obviously DeJounte in the backcourt.
DeJounte's been on the trade market.
Yeah, but they're the only thing, and I heard this talked about on the Low Post, is like agents of a lot of prospecting wings in this draft are scared to send their guys to Atlanta because they're so deep. Because Jalen Johnson, AJ Griffin, DeAndre Hunter right now, like they think their young guys aren't going to crack that rotation.
Really?
So they like actually are like trying to avoid that scenario. I mean, like the Hawks definitely just have some parts that they got to move around. Okongwu, Collins, and Capella. That's a logjam in itself, despite all those guys being really good. I mean, they can run it back. I don't know if it's just been a chemistry thing, if it was Nate McMillan. They've been uber talented in terms of these rosters that they've been putting out the last couple of years, but it just hasn't translated to the basketball court for whatever reason. Whether it be injuries or Trey having a rougher start to the season. I don't know. What do you think about Jordan Hawkins to New Orleans? Get to maybe be under the wing of CJ. That'll be a very good, running up to speed for him. I mean, because they definitely like project as like similar archetypes in terms of like their play style to an extent. I mean, Hawkins, he's definitely a little bit more defensively inclined, but I mean, I don't know. He'll get to learn a lot down there. For
Exactly.
Yeah.
To me, I think he's coming off the bench. I don't think he's projected starter or maybe working up his way into the starting spot later in the season, but I think he comes off the bench to begin the season. Learning under CJ McCollum, of course, a very good veteran point guard in this league. I think that he could learn a lot. Offense, I think his offense is going to translate to the pro league as well. And that offensive kind of power off the bench is going to be very key.
I think it's in, guys.
In the 2023 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Kobe Buffkin.
Good pick.
Yeah, good pick. Good pick for them. They needed kind of a bench creator almost.
Yeah.
And he does that. And plays defense as well.
I mean, this is another scenario where you see a prototype of a player in Buffkin, essentially like where if everything were to hit for him, he would be like a DeJounte Murray.
Exactly.
So, I mean, this is another guy that gets to, get go in there, get taken under that wing, really, gets to be in a position where he's going to be able to develop in his I mean, I think things will, work out seamlessly unless he ends up, somehow being better than him at some point. But anyways,
Utah at 16. I mean, heck, they could get their guy with Cam Whitmore.
I appreciate it, Skyler. I understand that struggle for sure, bro.
Hey, it was good talking to you for a minute, even though I never get to see you, but it was good seeing you, bro. Yeah, I mean, Utah at 16 now. Do they take Cam Whitmore at 16? I mean, that's very, very good value. Again, he's fallen all the way this far. We don't know what is wrong with him. There's clearly something wrong. If you're the Lakers and he falls at 17, I think that you have to.
No, you have to. I think, I know. I mean, I just, it's irrefutable at that point. I mean, I kind of had heard sentiment that, as we had kind of like talked about earlier, that, Utah may be somewhat inclined to, at least look at him just from the perspective that Sexton is likely gone this offseason. I know that there's been rumors of that at least, over the last like 72 hours. So in terms of Cam, he definitely can maybe sue some of the, creation and the, playmaking duties once he's able to develop a little more. So it'd be interesting if they want to take the risk here and pair him with Markkanen, because I think things could definitely end up being a very favorable scenario for them if that ends up going right. Because if whatever reason Cam Whitmore is dropping, if that ends up being redundant in the long run, then we're looking at a guy here paired with Lauri Markkanen that could definitely cause some havoc in a few years, especially if he's able to develop as fast as we, kind of think he might. Jaren's over here scanning through Twitter.
I'm trying to see what's wrong with
Everybody, yeah, nobody. Maybe you might just want to search him up.
Yeah.
Derek Lively, the second. Is he wearing number 1?
I don't know. I think that might be just because it is a.
What did we even have a? I'm not sure if y'all have been over this, but what was y'all's reactions to the trades that have been going on recently? Oh, we need to go ahead and.
Is there trades going on? Right
we have not been checking Twitter. Thank you, John. John is out here plugging. He is the go to the stream.
Yeah, John, you are much appreciated. Is there some trades going on right now? I'm not seeing anything, but
I'll check Shams. Was you just kind of referencing the trades that have already happened? Oh, Jaren.
Yeah.
16.
Mavericks
is not going to be Cam Whitmore.
Wow. So Lakers are probably going to take him there. I feel like unless there's some real concern.
Congratulations on beginning your NBA career. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Monica, thank you so
I mean, dude, like that.
Oh, no, it's been Ethan part 2 the entire time, apparently.
Number 1 pick, Victor Wembanyama. Victor, thank you
so
much
wait.
for spending a little bit of time
What's
with
Gavin?
I know
Oh, yeah. No, okay, that makes sense. I feel
Okay.
stupid, but no, because I feel like one of their things is that. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like one of their. What is it, bro? It's like his. I saw that somewhere too, bro. That's why that name looked familiar.
All right, here's a report 21 minutes ago.
I've dreamed of this moment. I've dreamed of this moment for so long that
A thumb injury?
Well, that's not what it is, but.
It actually felt like a dream when he said that sentence. When he called me into this.
Oh, because of individual team workouts.
Of course, I was waiting for it.
Oh, it's Gavin. It's Gavin.
Okay.
For hours
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a song. That's a snap. That's right. Good looks, Ethan.
Really explain it.
Oh, Johnson G.
The Mavericks, seem poised to either get future picks or potentially maybe even trade back into this draft, Jaren. What are your thoughts on that? Just the fact, the even standpoint of it, like, I don't know, like expelling somebody to get a second, or it seems like they're actually doing their due diligence in the draft for once.
Absolutely, I think the Mavericks
trading back and shedding salary at the same time is
it's a smart move.
That is.
When have we heard that out of the Dallas Mavericks?
Yes. Well, for those of you that weren't here during the well, everybody kind of laughed at the apex of excitement sort of down. It's a commercial breaker. They're kind of just talking to Wimby here. But for those of you guys, I forgot what I was going to say.
It's okay.
I was about to go. No. For those of you guys that weren't here for our actual reaction to the whole trade, because I know Ethan had asked that, or Gavin rather. You're getting called whatever at this point. I apologize, Gavin. There's too many.
Hey, take note. Keep in mind
too many YouTube
picking,
tags, going around here. And it's just it's screwing with my head. But also the pick that Utah makes right here, I wouldn't say confirms that Colin Sexton's going to leave, but definitely hints towards him leaving. Did you see?
George.
Yes, Keontae George. Yeah.
Our Louisville native, our Louisville best friend, Keontae.
Honestly, we're Louisville best friends at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
Rumor has it I may be trying to acquire a residence in Louisville. In the ensuing months.
Potentially.
The Mavericks need to watch. Who's on the house buying committee right now on Twitter, trying to see who's buying houses in Dallas in terms of like they may be coming to the Mavs as a free agency. Are you on that committee?
I am on that committee. I think Marcus Morris is on that committee. I think Grant Williams is on that committee. Potentially Bruce Brown is on that.
The hat is definitely.
The hat is on that community.
The hat is on the committee.
There's a lot of guys on that committee. John Song is on that committee.
John Song.
Yeah, and
yes.
There's potentially Victor Wembanyama. You never know what the Mavericks could do. They could trade for him. So.
They could, but obviously a very exciting draft for the Mavericks here after about 5 minutes of pretty frantic panicking, I would say.
Yeah,
on me and Jaren's part. But I think once all these picks where there have been no Whitmore definitely soothe the soul. If the Lakers don't take him, then I'm
There's
officially
something really
there
wrong.
is something very wrong because it would be very much in their nature to get a top 5 talent and
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
And we're in search of the housing market in Dallas.
Yes,
So
yes, we are in search of the housing
and,
market
you know,
in Dallas.
Dallas could be looking to get a 2024 first round pick
Could
or two
could,
for both of us.
yes, modest Bazulas for Jaron and Will. That could be a play that comes through. But Victor Wembanyama's first pitch is getting featured right here on the NBA draft. His throwing mechanics are not near as good in that.
It was about like that. It actually was about like that. That's his hand compared to a baseball.
But it went a little far right. Maybe caught a little wind.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but baseballs also don't have the density to really get too adversely affected by wind unless it's very high intensity. So my ongoing suspicion is that Mark Cuban was on the sideline and indeed blowing air fans just because he hates the Spurs that much.
That or
he was trying to
he implanted a magnet into that baseball.
New Shark Tank technology that
he just invested in. All right, we'll see what. All right, we already know what you're talking about.
But we'll see it.
That was the longest little break ever.
I know. Analysis seems spot on. It definitely is. We practice this.
We practice this every day.
Yes.
So Lakers at 17 now. I feel like it's a hard pass to not take Cam Whitmore.
Yeah, I mean, I look back even a couple years ago to that 2018 draft, right, where Michael Porter Jr. fell to the lottery, and it seemed like the sentiment at the time was almost worse with him. A guy that had been almost penciled in as a number 1 pick going into that collegiate year, and then subsequently almost missing the whole year at Mizzou, except for those last couple games. Everybody was a lot more pessimistic about how far he could fall, given the knee issues. I mean, he had a torn ACL. So this is definitely starting to make me feel as if there's more to the thumb injury with Cam Whitmore than just your old-fashioned typical thumb injury. More than just the thumb injury in terms of it could, the thumb potentially being worse, maybe a whole hand thing, or worse from the perspective that it may not even have anything to do with the thumb.
It could be his overall health. We don't know.
Or some some potential like legal troubles, or we don't know what's going on behind the scenes here.
I don't think it's a thumb. It could be a hand related injury. I don't think it's that exact thumb, or at least that exact injury, because he did end up playing 20-ish or maybe even 30 games on that thumb injury, because that was at the very beginning of the season. But again, who knows? There's like no reported leaks or no news coming out so far about what Cam Whitmore's potential health could be, or potential future of the NBA could be. We don't know what's wrong, but the Lakers at 17, if they're going to take anyone here, if they're going to take any stretch here, if they're going to have any Laker luck here, it's Cam Whitmore at 17, and he turns up into LeBron James Jr. So we never know, but Miami getting Cam Whitmore, Golden State getting Cam Whitmore, if any of these sort of contending teams end up with a Cam Whitmore talent and there's no sort of legal trouble or there's no serious injury concern, that could be a crazy sort of guy either off the bench or even starting, for that matter of fact.
Yes. No, totally. I was looking at my phone the entire time.
You're all good.
Yes,
we got to do it. We got to keep active updates.
Yes.
So, what is there any Laker news coming out? They're taking a minute on this pick. This is honestly one of the longer picks selections.
How does tonight compare to that?
This is the best moment of my life.
Hey, he's wearing Louisville Farmer maroon right now, and
the Mavericks could
silver.
expand this into a 3-team trade to. I don't know exactly how this works, but John Hollinger, esteemed, former Memphis Grizzlies front office member, and he literally has a stat named after him, so I'll trust him in his cap expertise over myself. Apparently, if the Mavericks do this as a 3-team trade, the trade exception could go up to $21 million.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. So that would be,
that's a pretty
in the
hefty
ballpark of like someone big.
Yeah. But at the same time, that would mean that we could expel draft capital and then just absorb a guy into salary.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
like
All right.
we could do something like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a salary play. Now I think about it, but trade exceptions, to my knowledge, I know I said this earlier, and I think I go back on it. I don't know if they can be combined or not. I know I said it earlier. I don't know if. Like,
Yeah.
you know, let's get on to. I mean, we can figure this out pretty easily though. We just got to go to the trade machine, Spotrack, right?
Yeah, Spotrack.
Said Hillary was only taking 347 steps today.
It will be a celebratory occasion tonight, guys. It'll be a celebratory occasion. Are we going to do a podcast for tonight as well? I didn't even think about that.
I think we might have to because at least a post-draft.
Oh, yes, a wrap-up.
Yeah, wrap-up.
Yes.
Especially if this is a 3-teamer and, potentially the Mavericks move up back into this draft. I think that we potentially have to do a podcast. So either way, the more and more I think about this, assuming Derek Lively, is
there could
decent.
There could be two, maybe like two, potentially even three more moves the Mavericks make tonight.
Like this could be crazy.
All separate, entities. So that's going to be a very interesting development. I think it's Sport Track. No, I want. All right. All right. Let's see if this will be applicable, Darren. This is how we will find our answer to our.
All right, let's get it.
Not here.
That's ESPN trade machines. Do not use that. Use Spotrack or Fanspo. They are much more.
This probably is not live up to date. I'm trying. Who's the team that has a fucking trade exception?
Right now, a trade exception. Not Atlanta. I actually don't know.
We can definitely find at least a little one that we can pick so we can figure this out.
What if that was up to date? Will, is it a gas station kind of run tonight? After the draft, is it a gas station run night?
Yes, the draft will the gas station will definitely be attended to for various reasons. None of them of which will be talked about on the podcast.
I agree.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, so
we're gonna go buy some Mavericks gear.
No, that's what
we're gonna go do. We're just gonna take a shot in the dark here, guys. If any of you guys could help us out here in the chat, which NBA teams have a trade exception right now? Our collective bargaining agreement knowledge has.
There's something really wrong, bro.
Yeah. Our collective bargaining agreement knowledge has definitely gone under a roof. Really since last summer, but it was at a premium when we had to microanalyze the Jalen Brunson situation. That was like our peak CBA knowledge, really, but for about a month there when we first started the page.
Actually.
Well, I was locked in. When the draft ending, Ethan, the draft is probably going to end around maybe 11 p.m. It goes on for quite a while. We'll do our due diligence by being here relatively probably the whole time, but we may end it a little early just depending on what happens. So we will keep you posted. We may be doing fourth quarter theater just like Locked On Mavs does when the Mavs are getting blown out. They would start the podcast up in the press box.
In the press box, yeah.
Yes.
Honestly,
quarter.
For our sake, I hope that we get that bad at least one time in our careers. That way we can do that because I think that'd be very fun.
Yeah, no, I would have to be not even enjoying the game in any capacity to do that. So I'm kind of a sucker to just in terms of my basketball consumption. So I don't know, man. All right, Jaren, we're just gonna say I feel like the Heat would have a trade exception. Oh,
look at that 4.7. Dwayne Dedman, that is Dwayne Dedman. Shout out to you and shout out to your old bald head. He's in San Antonio. That's right. Jalen Hood Schifino.
The Los Angeles Lakers select Jalen Hood Schifino from Indiana.
Good pick.
Very good pick. Very good pick. Very good pick. Considering that, Whitmore obviously.
Golden State could probably take possibly. Dude, at this point, I don't know with Whitmore. I'm gonna stop saying that every team can take him because there's got to be real concern there.
No, yeah, actual concern.
Yeah, whether it's his health, legal trouble, we don't know. I don't want to predict anything or assume anything, but there could be some real concern there.
All right, so this is automatically applied. So I'm gonna try to like extend the salary $5 more million, see if it works.
Okay, so you just like release.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be like,
Wait,
this would be the Heat's trade exception. So I'm going to send them $5 more million than the
Oh,
Mavericks.
okay. So,
Okay, so
like
we can just say like
Frank Ntilikina or something.
Christian Wood. No, Tim. And then somebody at like 22.
Yeah, so Lowry or no, he's at
Or no,
26.
theoretically this would work because it would still the 25% rule.
Yeah,
right?
so yeah, Hero. Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Like,
So now you try to TP.
Still needs to work on consistency from the 3-point line.
Okay.
He had a 3-game
I mean, does it?
16 of 37.
Yeah, it works, but what's the
It doesn't have the stipulations.
Oh,
It doesn't say anything about
it.
Well, no, you're not. It says it automatically applied.
No, I know. Are you trying to get the
This would probably like prove my point though. Because I mean, is that within like 25%? I
That's
doubt
within
it.
25%, yes. Or, well,
10 million?
Shit, yeah, I was about to
That's
say
a lot,
really
dude.
bad. That's not 10. That's not. I
Yeah.
didn't realize it's 12. I thought Tim was on the 22.
No.
Yeah, that's not 25%. So that what's the logic?
Okay,
of
let's
that?
do even a bigger stretch. Like we could know. I feel like this for sure isn't like
Yeah, no,
undoubtedly, right?
yeah, no, for sure.
And if this works, then
Our math is all messed up.
Is the way he's able to distribute the basketball. 117 assists, fourth most by a freshman in Indiana history, and he
So,
delivers the ball off of.
Well, does that mean that we could take a guy like that?
And then pass it. He
Because
can
of our,
run off the dribble, which I think will translate to the next level.
This
What
is the
about
moment
the
that
regular
he found out
exception?
that he was headed to
No, but there still has to be the
Lakers.
25% rule.
One of my
I mean,
favorite
we have like a
quotes
$1 million exception. Like
Okay,
it's not
that's-
even-
yeah,
Literally
okay.
watching
So it's not
him
even, like,
time
worth
as
anything,
three
pretty
much.
through, and he is now with our Monica McNutt.
All right, Miami on the clock. I mean, what are their big needs if you're Miami? Scoring.
Yes, offense in
Bryce
any
Sensabaugh.
capacity. I mean, I would say that, but I mean, they need somebody dynamic. Like this would be the team to take a chance on Cam Whitmore. They're a finals team. They don't really have much to lose. They'll still probably be making other equitable moves in this offseason. They're rumored in a lot of stuff, so I think that this might be a play here. Oh, the cord is on the screen. A travesty.
Tis a travesty.
There we go.
My mom, my sister, they're my why. Just seeing like the sacrifices that they made when I was younger.
I don't know, man. I mean,
now for
okay,
it to
so
all pay off.
a grade right
I
now
can't really explain it,
with the
I'm
information
just
we do
so
know. What
thankful,
would you
and
give the
I
Dallas
appreciate
Mavericks
this
as a whole?
A+.
A+. I agree.
Yeah.
A+. And I hate saying that, but A+.
Yeah, no, they've nailed it so far for sure.
Full details have not come out. There could be a potential third suitor or a third team included in that trade. We don't know yet. But yeah, as of right now, as of the information right now, with that straight up 10 for 12 swap and getting Davis Bertans off the Mavericks contract and taking Derek Lively with that 12th pick, A+ if you're a Mavs fan, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
Miami on the clock. In my opinion, they just need kind of a, like you said, a dynamic player, someone who can score at ease. Bryce Sensabaugh is available. He's a very, very good scorer.
Very good movement shooter.
Yeah, sorry, I'm listening to this. Woj.
Some not great interviews with teams over the last
So,
month.
okay.
And part of the reason Cam Whitmore has dropped, I saw him in a workout for his agency at WME in Santa Barbara in May, where he really impressed teams. Virtually, literally all 30 teams were there. But his individual workouts, interviews with teams have not been as strong. There was a sense he would drop tonight, perhaps to the back end of the lottery. But now Cam Whitmore is dropping toward number 20.
Like Jackie said, he dropped to 20, and I was like, "There's no way." I didn't really take
Before
much
the
credence.
draft?
Yeah, before the draft, he said he dropped to 20. I didn't take much credence into that, but like that's fucking crazy, bro. I don't know what kind of sources that man has, but
Yeah. Like I think he like is just studying patterns too
Yeah.
much or something, bro. Like he's on another level, bro. It's weird because like he's either like blatantly like wrong about something,
yeah,
bro.
or like right
like,
on point.
spot on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely has like some guy plugging him, and like the things that he misses on are things that almost happen. Probably.
Yeah. Probably.
Well, he's like very good with like the draft and free agency stuff, but I definitely would say we got him beat in terms of like the actual basketball
Knowledge.
analysis.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree. Yeah. Yeah, he actually he started asking me questions today.
Yeah.
That was a big step up in my career. So
Maybe he's shot in the dark. He's watching. Shout out to Jackie, Jaren's Maverick mentor.
mentor, and potential stock mentor. We don't know yet. So
What are you gonna put all your stock into? Are you gonna put it into the Ring doorbell?
we're going with the Tesla, man. We're going.
well,
we're a Tesla man.
You know why I asked about Ring doorbell, right?
What did you?
They were one of the biggest misses in Shark Tank history.
Really?
And
That makes sense.
Wouldn't it be better? Would there just be nothing better?
Could Cam Whitmore be one of the?
Oh, no, that's not one.
I know. No, but we could be a potential Uber man. We could be a potential Google.
What's that one basketball company that Mark Cuban he didn't agree with up on the margins with? It was like they have the shooting net that passes it back to you, but it was more like personalized or something compared to like the ones the NBA teams have. I know that was the thing. So
an even better track record of
they developed all these guys.
Bringing them into the program, developing them. All four of these guys, huge contributions.
I think he's just assuming,
but
The Miami Heat.
I do think the Warriors would take him if he was there.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no risk.
There's just
unless if it's legal, I don't think there's any risk. All right, Miami at 18.
What did he say? Who did he say Miami?
Jaime Jaquez.
Yeah.
The Miami Heat select Jaime Jaquez.
So
a Heat player right there.
a younger Kevin Love, minus maybe some offense.
Yeah.
But I like that pick a lot.
Who fits the culture more than him? Bro?
I like that pick a lot.
Who fits their culture more than him, bro?
I love that pick.
Just the most all-around, hustle sort of player in the draft. Very versatile. That's Heat culture right there, man. He's in peak conditioning. Man, let's go. Oh, I'm happy for him, bro.
That is a very, very good pickup.
Dude, I mean,
if you're the Miami Heat.
When's the last time an individual of Mexican descent, just straight up got to the NBA?
Because it's Toscano Anderson. Wasn't he drafted?
He's half. He's half though.
Oh, like straight. Oh, I didn't know that.
I guess, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Because virtually everybody that's Hispanic in the NBA is from like Spain. Hernan Gomez brothers.
When he was a freshman, and Mick Cronin
What
over UCLA, he was the one guy that
Ethan, Jaime Jaquez, my boy, he got selected, bro. How you feeling about it, Ethan?
Jaime Jaquez. That, in my opinion, that's a very, very, very good pick.
He's a good pick anywhere, bro. Like, I think he could, like, even if they had the Mavericks, jumped up and like got him or anything like that, bro. He's a guy I think you can just kind of plug and play into any rotation, bro.
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm taking our first bathroom break. So
I was gonna.
You're right behind me.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I may need some. I may need something to drink / eat though after this. I'm stealing the chair. Yeah, it's very nice. What's up, everybody? Jaren's taking a quick bathroom break. Still here with me. Jaime Jaquez to the Heat. Like I just said, definitely one of the more versatile players in this draft. I really love his game. He's a huge hustle guy. He fits their culture well, and I mean he's just a very savvy basketball player. Good frame, good defender, some solid length. He's going to be able to contribute on a variety of levels for them. And I mean, if they're able to get some more, if they're able to get some more shot creation and maybe a little bit more shooting on that squad, that's going to be another title contending team next year. The Heat will be title contending again.
Words can't describe it right now.
Now listen, at the ripe old age of 22, you are one of the older draftees we've heard so far tonight. But you've played in multiple 3-6 teams. You've been to the Final Four. What is your experience as a senior coming out of UCLA?
Listening to Monica McNeil or whatever her name is right now, interviewing Jaime.
Any experience is good experience, and I think I just treat it as such, and that's what I try to emphasize to these teams.
But I'm definitely still monitoring the Twitter sphere, seeing if the Mavericks have any more moves on the horizon for sure. This is a travesty, guys. We have some terrible news to report.
What up?
Mavs interior designers haven't gotten to work yet on removing Davis Bertans picture out of the AAC.
Wow.
Does anybody have any reactions to this information? I'm about to get up too. Let's take your seat back.
We're so proud of my son. Just to see him, think about his goal with
I feel
the NBA.
much higher.
Everyone has
Oh,
that
really?
goal, but for him to go out there
I feel like I was meant to be in a lowly position in life. You know, ever since I studied the intricacies of the Hindu caste system back in 10th grade, I knew my calling card was to be a mere peasant and then to be reincarnated as a cow.
A cow? Yeah.
To then be sacred. For all the sins and atrocities and dim light that everybody has sort of shed upon me to be, just completely, washed and mended, and my soul would just be healed. So
Absolutely.
this is the draft concept people were looking for.
This was the draft content people were looking for. And
the first real significant decision of the
who was the first player of Indian descent selected in the draft? This should be
none other than Satnam Singh.
There you go. Satnam Singh to none other than the Dallas Mavericks. He was
Dallas
going to
Mavericks,
answer.
yes. Something is very wrong with Mr. Cam Whitmore, because Golden State will not be selecting him.
Wow. Maybe Houston takes him. I mean, they like them young guys.
Mavericks PR are taking a step. They are actually doing something that other teams' social medias would do, and that's welcoming a player before the trade is official, but prefacing that it has not been official.
Usually they wait probably about 2 days, and then they make that announcement. But look, I mean, that's an amazing sort of tweet that they made there. And maybe they're growing. Maybe they're growing as a media, as a fan base, and they're realizing that the older kind of generation is on their way out and the younger kids are in. Maybe that's what they're realizing, and they're reporting things before they're actually true or actually factual. So props to the Mavericks, and that's
that I'm sure that's the rationale, Jared.
Yeah, absolutely.
Defiantly. Jared, I'm gonna go take a brief moratorium into your restroom. I can tell you as much if you want to go ahead and check. Brandon Podziemski gets selected by the Warriors. So they get a little backup assurance after Jordan Poole left their gates today.
Wow.
I forgot about that. So I should have realized that they needed backup point guard help in some capacity.
I mean, I figured Cam Whitmore would be that, but
Brandon
Podziemski. Where is he from? I actually don't know. Jack Harlow.
I mean, he's definitely Jaren sported this same hairstyle at one point, guys.
We could be back there. We could be back to it, but no guarantees, no promises. That may have been a leaked report, but
I would just turn your Twitter notifications on to @Jaren Mavericks. Make sure you guys follow Mainstream 214 on Twitter as well.
All right, now we're switching seats again.
Jared,
back to
do you
the
have
left
any beverages by chance that I could accrue? If not,
what kind of beverages?
I will happily drink the candle wax.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of beverages?
Perhaps water, a protein shake.
We don't have a protein shake. You can get if you go to the fridge, you can get water.
Okay. You got like any milk or anything?
No, we don't. We have Jack. Oh, actually, there's water bottles in the pantry. If you look on the bottom, on the right side, there'll be water bottles in the packages.
Okay. And then you have protein powder.
We have protein powder.
I could mix that with
water
theoretically.
Yeah, I do it with water.
If I was to do that, I would be able to cure my deficiencies and not slip 20 spots originally compared to where I was supposed to go in the draft, right?
Exactly. You're supposed to go fifth, and now you're, past.
People are saying
20.
Cam Whitmore's knees are really screwed up, guys. Do you think that it's his knees, or do you think that this individual? I mean, according to Woj, he really just was that bad in the pre-draft individual workouts and in terms of how he answered questions. So, I mean, we don't want a low-character guy in the team. Maybe I got the misconception that, given that Villanova status, this was going to be a high character guy. But we do have to remember Mr. Jay Wright is no longer the head coach of Villanova. They don't have that tried and true Eric Pascal, Dante DiVincenzo, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges culture anymore.
Absolutely.
So,
that's gone. It's washed. It's gone.
Yes. I've came to notice in our Colton These are pointless. And you would know that, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
He would know that.
He would know that.
Yes.
He lives his life every day.
Yes.
Regretfully,
Yes.
with less and less knees. But yeah, they are pointless, and his career will probably, we're all probably going to be kicking ourselves in the butt for passing
I
up on
think that
Cam
we need
Whitmore.
to get Colton with Dr. Squat, reinvent his knees, get him a personal trainer so he can get back to throwing down like he was at one time.
Absolutely. What do you think? What do you say? I think he's going to say yes, but
Yes.
maybe he's
When he has free time, of course. I know that he's a very busy man with his individual enterprises that he, of course, has.
He could be saying no. He might be enjoying retirement. So
He could be enjoying retirement, but retirement's not for the weary, is it?
absolutely not.
That's why I'm not retired from the podcast, despite many failed attempts to try and get away from the podcast. I still come back every time. It shows you how much I hate myself and how much I hate the Mavericks. The podcast itself is enjoyable. The other part of the title, maybe not. Oh,
Cam Whitmore finally gets selected at 20.
Oh,
The wait is over.
I mean, it's just too low risk for Houston after.
I mean, dude, if he hits,
If he hits, that
could be like their player, bro. Like Eamon Thompson and Cam Whitmore all in. That's actually crazy. Not gonna lie.
No,
The fourth and fifth.
they'll probably
projected
get graded
players.
an A+ in the draft just from the potential of him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just off his sheer potential.
Like that team could have a legit, like all-star five, like full five.
Yeah.
5 guys on the team or 5 guys on the court. If every single one of those guys.
Jalen Green, Cam Whitmore, Eamon Thompson.
Shingun,
Well, maybe. I was gonna say Tari Eason's probably the 4.
Shingun.
No.
The 5, yeah.
Yeah. Or no, we're missing Jabari Smith.
Oh, Jabari Smith. Damn,
Yeah,
that's a
so-
crazy young squad.
I don't know.
Ime
I don't know if
Udoka has it.
Shingun personally has all-star potential. I think
I think
he could maybe get it once in his career. I just don't know if his offense, and I just think he's maybe a little bit too undersized. I don't know how much his game can evolve past what it is.
I think he's a Domantas Sabonis.
Could they play Jabari Smith as a small ball 5 and just say screw it, go back to the D'Antoni era, but with defense
They could
and
actually.
actual.
I mean,
stout
Ime
perimeter
Udoka
defense.
has now Cam Whitmore,
We're
Eamon
just
Thompson.
spitting shit at this point. That's
Yeah, we are.
That's not
We're-
going to happen.
we're finding
They're not
content.
going to go back to the D'Antoni style. But if James Harden has plans to go back to Houston, you never know. I'll leave it at that.
Drop the
But
mic.
they will definitely be a very low seed in the West next year, with or without James Harden. And that's not me being a pessimist. Just a lot of young, hungry mouths to feed on that roster.
Actually, that is
Does
true.
that sound familiar to you at all, Jaron?
Young, hungry mouths to feed.
Probably.
Yeah, but honestly, no. I can't relate.
No,
so.
me neither. Yeah,
but
but I will
wish I
say-
could relate sometimes.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Colton can relate.
He can.
He can.
He can.
Monica McNutt can relate.
McNeil.
Sean Sharania can relate.
All these guys.
I
can relate.
honestly think it's McNutt. Go ahead and look it up for me, Dura.
Was it Monica?
Yes, I genuinely think her name is Monica McNutt.
That'd be a crazy name.
Yeah, I told
It
you.
is. It is.
Yeah, it's Monica McNutt.
That's a crazy name.
I know.
I thought it was McNeil for the longest time.
No, yeah, I think that's us just not trying to make this some sort of sexual innuendo, Jaron. But
Shut the fuck up.
all right, I'm gonna go ahead and take my bathroom break, guys. Everybody, all 4 people in the chat room, stay safe. I'll be right back. We may need to next time we live stream, especially if we get bigger people. We did peak off at I believe we had 11 or 12 people. If we ever get past that 20 echelon, I may need to start, throwing the explicit tag content on there. We're dropping a lot of bombers for the
They're dropping a lot of bombers.
a lot of Jaeger bombers for everybody right here on the live stream. But it's been an enjoyable process so far, and we are gonna stick out this whole damn thing because what do we have better to do, Jaron?
Absolutely
Gonna
nothing.
consume the NBA draft.
Drink double shots. That's what we have.
That's very true. I might
Starbucks
go get one right
double
now. I'm gonna go
shots.
get a double shot. I'll be right back.
Starbucks double shot. So yeah, Houston will select Cam Whitmore at 20, and as we were saying, that's a strong young core. Ime Udoka is that new head coach in Houston, so they're building a huge culture, a huge young culture, which could play to their downside, or downfall, I should say. But I mean, you got to be excited about the potential. That was the potential 5th pick, and they of course had the 4th pick in the draft. So, I mean, selecting Cam Whitmore at 20 is kind of a snag. So we'll see what happens with his career, but kind of seems like injury riddled almost.
20th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Houston Rockets select Cam Whitmore from Villanova.
And he does not look too happy, and I don't blame him. So, well, never mind. He's got a smile on his face. I apologize. Now Brooklyn has 21 and 22. Me and Will's kind of prediction was that they would trade that or trade one of those picks before the draft, or at least during the draft. And if the time is now to trade, it would be now. I mean, I think that they'd probably likely trade the 21 pick. I think that there's still some young guys available if they want to go scoring route. Bryce Sensabaugh, he's available, a really good sort of guard out of Ohio State, a very good scoring guard out of Ohio State. Kobe Buffkin was taken. I'm trying to think of some names that are available. This is whenever I need Jay Billis's big board. But they could go a different number of routes if they wanted to take both guys or trade. There's a number. As I drop my controller, there's a number of different routes they could take. Double shot after every pick. That'd be honestly crazy. Like actual shots. I think we might be dead. I'm down. We should make that a challenge, actually.
I think he's going to improve his feel for the game as he gets more reps, but you don't find athletes like this all the time. And I thought he was.
I feel bad for Whitmore because it could be injury at the end of the day. It sounds like there was some concern about character as well, but I feel bad for him a little bit because pretty much up until yesterday, not around this time, but kind of like 5 o'clock-ish, he was a lock at 5. The draft was kind of gonna start at 6, but of course he falls to 20. So I mean, in Houston, I think is a great place for him. I mean, he can develop, he can definitely get some PT in that Houston roster because they pretty much have nobody left. So, or not nobody left, but they pretty much have nobody on that roster that's notable. So.
Tonight, you realize a dream. How are you feeling in the moment?
I mean, I'm excited, grateful to be here. I mean, I'm blessed. Been in the 1P NBA for 100 years since I was born. So, blessed to be here.
Mom, Colleen, Dad, Myron, none of these athletes are able to do this without a tremendous support system. How have you watched your son grow and work toward this moment?
He's been a hard worker, determined, just always had this goal, and he's never given up no matter what adversity that he's gone through.
Well, I can tell you that, he's had this dream since he was in 5th grade, right? And so we've been supporting him 150%, attending all of his games, taking all of his practices. And so we've been behind 100%.
Tonight, the support all pays off. You guys enjoy the night camp. Congratulations.
Oh, we got 4 people now. Dub stream. We haven't been talking for a few minutes, but I like it.
Champion head coach Dan Hill. Actually, I should be saying congratulations on your contract extension as well, Coach. Thank you so much.
I don't even know. How's y'all's day going? I mean, we've been going for 2.5 hours. I've been on camera for 4 hours and 38 minutes now in total today, and we could be on camera for a little bit longer with this draft and with the potential late night podcast. We don't know yet, so it could be a big night here in the for me, I guess, and for Will. Ethan, I'm not sure. I don't know if we'll do second round. I think we'll probably cover the first half of the second round. The second round goes by a lot quicker. We'll probably do the first half of the second round, and then if nothing happens, we'll probably cut it off. Probably go up until like pick 45. I think 58 picks is this year's draft. Are we going through the full second round? Ethan Selfast.
Ethan Selfast? Yeah. Tell him I will text him privately.
I kind of gave a disclosure, but Will said he'll text you.
Yes, we'll probably do it, but we may end a little early, like I said.
I figured we go through pick 45 if nothing happens.
Yeah, no, yeah. If it's like 50, yeah. Yeah, if it's like just. So I will let you know.
In the last couple of years, he wasn't just a toes to the line.
Double shot after every pick.
The speed and the movement.
I was going to ask you, and I just like opened it not even consciously like thinking.
You're good.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a tough guy.
No, you're good. I forgot we had those on.
My plan was to bring it in here and then ask you,
but
then like you asked me a question.
I don't care. You're all good. I was gonna say yes anyways. So, I forgot Chris Murray's still available.
Maybe we are doing the second round, but do I get to do the second round in my personal life? A question I asked every day.
Every day. And you know your mom probably asks that every day too. But,
I don't know about that.
Maybe
my aunt. Maybe my
your
aunt.
aunt.
Probably my
good,
aunt. Yeah.
It's just so unique. But he's tough.
Did I miss? Cam Whitmore got selected at 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Murray's
now it is like essentially like stay on the phone time.
Yeah.
Just monitor the trade market here. Mavericks are still very active. They're active right now for Shams.
Oh, Noah Clowney at 21. That's a good pickup. That's Nick Claxton 2.0. That's a good pickup for Brooklyn. A lengthy guy who can honestly shoot and is very versatile on defense and is a pretty elite shot blocker. So definitely a good pickup there. You get a backup center. I don't believe that they really have a backup center in that roster. So good looks for Brooklyn. I don't know what they'll do with this 22 pick now, but I think Noah Clowney is definitely the right pick. Another SEC center, only behind Nick Claxton. So NC and NC now for initials and their center rotation. I just thought about that.
Is this really who he is?
Wait, for what?
For Brooklyn's center rotation, you have Nick Claxton and Noah Clowney. That's NC. So it's my little dig of the day. But
that was a good one. Is Uncle Rob in the chat? He may be making a token appearance later.
It could be, and he could be giving quite the voice opinion.
We might bring him on to the live stream.
Yeah, we could. That quite eventful. Actually, great.
Jared.
Are we discussing belongings?
Yeah, but we'll do so on a sentimental basis.
Okay.
So, if you guys don't know, Shaq used to use his shoe as a phone. If you've ever looked at any of those old clips at the All-Star game back in the day, he had like a size 20 feet, so he'd like pretend use it as a phone or whatever, right? Or he got like a phone attached to something. If you had to make one call with a Luka Doncic shoe, Jared, who would you make it to? But if they don't pick up, you die.
Hear me out. I'm going to go Mark Cuban. I feel like he just answers every notification on his phone. So I'm going to go with Mark Cuban. And I don't know what I would say.
He does answer every notification on his phone.
I don't know what
Ethan, I think that you maybe have a shot in the dark at FIFA Mobile, but I think Brian may got you beat on the actual
that man stays up grinding. I've heard that it's 2-a-days every day for that man on FIFA. And his roster that I saw yesterday whenever he posted on his story was pretty incredible to say the least. So
needless to say, he did not have bad individual pre-draft workouts.
Absolutely not. He got a lot of legends on that team, and he might even have a 99 overall Lionel Messi. We don't know yet. It's in the talks. So, one thing that I didn't know about the Luka shoe until I saw it at your house the other day was this inner lining. If some of y'all didn't know, there's an inner lining here. I didn't know that. I don't know if that's a key detail. Now that I look at it, I think it's kind of weird. It's a weird addition, but Luka was maybe onto something. We don't know yet. Maybe some second guarding.
That's a very keen observation, Jared.
Absolutely.
And he's a little bit inconsistent, but
a good shoe overall, though. But how do we? Okay, actually, though, back to Mavs talk. How do we feel about the Luka 2s? Have you seen them yet?
The Luka 2s?
Yeah.
I did get a chance to see them.
You did not?
I did get a chance to see them.
Okay.
Yes. I do like the shoe. Certain colorways definitely don't do it justice.
Absolutely. So my only kind of nag is it's a little too fluffy. I feel like it's a little too imploded.
Yeah.
But
then it does also have that. Like a lot of the Jordans are kind of like
exactly.
that. So.
I think it has a very Jordan look to it. I'm not a big Jordan fan personally, but I think it has a very Jordan look to the phone or to the shoe rather. That'd be crazy. It has a very Jordan kind of esque look to the shoe though, where that shoe doesn't really.
Yeah.
The Jordan 2s or the Luka 2s definitely do have a look to that.
For sure. I would definitely say no agree.
For sure.
You weren't a highly touted high school recruit. In a short time, you have improved your game enough to be drafted to the NBA. Can you describe your journey to get here?
We're gonna take a brief mainstream Mavs. Oh no, we have viewers in the room. We can't. We have individuals that just popped in. I will be texting you shortly, Jaron. But I mean, as we're winding down here in the first round, besides Cam Whitmore, what have been the biggest surprises for you so far?
Cam Whitmore for sure, biggest surprise. A big surprise for me has been, I mean, we'll see in the future, but the win of the Dallas Mavericks, trading back, shedding salary in the process, and getting the guy that they probably wanted all along, Derek Lively. To me, that's a huge win. And, you know, you took him at 12 isn't too big of a stretch as it would have been if they took him at 10. So, you know, I like that pick overall. The biggest surprise outside of Dallas and Cam Whitmore, I got to think about this. Probably Washington moving up in the draft. I think Washington taking below Kuelaby. I can't say his last name, but taking him at 7 basically.
Yeah, I would definitely say that was the biggest shock for me.
He could be potentially the best or second best player in this draft, assuming Victor Wembanyama doesn't work out. Judging his potential, he could be the most, the best player out of this draft. But
or he could be Rondé Hollis Jefferson.
Or he could be a bust. I mean, especially at 7. I mean, there's huge bust potential to take him at 7 and trade up.
Yeah, it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson or Bruno Caboclo if he worked out.
Yeah, I think, you know, clearly Washington saw something in a workout that they must have liked a lot. Or they heard that
they watched
Indiana. It was Indiana who drafted before. Indiana may have, you know, wanted to take him or something like that. But
I feel like the only reason they do move up there is because Indiana may have been poised to take him, and you know, with Whitmore falling, it is definitely a little more understandable as to why that pick was made. But it still is definitely the biggest stretch, I would say.
Biggest stretch by far of this draft so far. I mean, not to say that's the biggest stretch in a while, but definitely for sure the biggest drop off in a very, very long time that I can probably remember is Cam Whitmore from 5 to 20 in terms of draft pickups. So yeah, I mean, look,
interesting they took a big there. I honestly would have thought they would have went for a creator, but I mean they literally get the next pick. So
yeah, that's why I don't think.
Yeah, I think they were probably trying to get one big, one creator because those are the two.
Could they take Sensabaugh? I mean, they have.
There's no way. They're pin stacked with wings,
guards,
dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sensabaugh's what, like 6'3", 6'4"?
No, he's 6'6", bro.
Oh, he's 6. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just shows the lack of ability.
He was listed as like a shooting guard or small forward. So.
Yeah, I thought he was listed as small forward.
Oh, no, you're good.
They'll take Leonard Williams.
Leonard Miller, bro. That dude is tantalizing, bro. The fact that he slipped to 22.
Oh, I mean, I think he would be a second round pick, in my opinion, or second round or late first.
Nah, but I mean, like he had like, I mean, there were pre-draft rumors that he could have went late lottery. He's a guy that, like, if he's sitting there like at 40 or something, bro, and for whatever reason dropped, like, I would want the Mavericks to buy him to get him, bro. I'm very high on him. Shout out to Logan Thompson on Twitter. I think it's his user is like at Benny Profane. He posted the Mavs Moneyball article over Leonard Miller. That's one of the few guys that we didn't do draft profiles for that I went very in depth on.
That is fair.
He gets a shout out to all 2 listeners.
Oh, Nick Smith. Maybe. Well, I mean, they have like, I don't know. Maybe they take Nick Smith here.
Jesus is a forward.
Yeah, I guess he is. I mean, Nick Smith is more of a creator.
I think Colby Jones would be. He's a bigger guard. He has that sort of Dinwiddie build, but defense. He's like. That's what I could describe him as, like a 6'6" Brogdon almost. Yeah, he's just very fundamentally sound. But I don't know. It might be but he just needs to add more to his bag. I don't know. It might be a stretch. I'm starting to. C-Dub 21-21-21. We're feeling pretty good in terms of the Mavericks.
We are feeling pretty
right
good
now.
We are feeling very good.
We're feeling chilling. We're just out here vibing on the stream, man. Derek Lively is the Dallas Maverick. I'm really excited to hear all the sort of pre-draft or post-draft stuff that comes out with him. I haven't heard any interviews yet. I know he went on 97 one to freak with skinning them, so I'm sure that was a good interview.
Oh, that's a good pickup there. That could be a huge pickup for him.
They swung on that.
Yeah, that's a huge swing, but that could be huge, bro.
In that game, you can see his coach John Shire
Good for them.
enjoying the moment. He's not actually here in attendance tonight.
Okay,
but
so
let's take a look at his
back to
highlight.
your
What
point,
stood out
though.
to
All right,
you?
Ethan, you're
Well,
chilling, bro.
JJ just talked about Drew Whitehead also struggled with injuries this season. And just recently
We appreciate all of y'all tuning in, especially
Yeah.
Ethan.
what he is going to be capable of. He is.
It's Fire Mark Cuban, bro. He came up in here.
Oh, no way.
No way, bro. What's up, dude?
Yo, what? That's crazy,
No
bro.
way, bro.
We've got some cool people over here, bro.
Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, our Twitter we got hacked too many times, man. It hurt our following a little bit, but we're still out here live streaming the draft. How are you feeling, man? What do you think about the selection so far?
He said,
We will be right back on the other side with the Portland Trailblazers.
that was crazy, bro.
No way.
I think this 100% warrants another interview with Fire Mark Cuban after that one. So 100%.
Since they were 5 years old, I've seen this.
It really.
Not
So-
sure. We were very unsure at the start of it because we didn't think Cam Whitmore was slipping past 10, but obviously if he slipped as far as he did, the injury concerns, I think, are definitely prominent enough to where, I'm okay that we avoid that situation or whatever it was with the character issues. But who if you would have rather the Mavericks have done something else, what would you have rather them done? At either pick number 10, would you have rather them figured out another? Is Lively NBA ready?
That's my question. That's my question.
No, yeah, there's definitely some concerns about that. I think the reason that I'm gonna, go ahead and say that they were able to, earn a solid grade on the night from me, is, probably from the standpoint that they were able to get that trade exception back. And they seem poised to actually be able to use it for once, according to Shams. But if it goes wasted, then that sucks. But that's essentially a free route to adding a player without really doing anything.
Yeah, without
just-
losing or adding any bad contracts.
You don't even have to give a pick, necessarily. So from that perspective, and opening up that MLE money, getting under the tax. That is tough though. That is tough. He is the laser.
Oh yeah. We don't
gonna-
get any pew 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 pew.
We may have to do a send off on the podcast.
We do
tonight.
have to do a send off.
We may have to
What
do a
are we
send-off.
gonna be doing for a send off? Shooting threes right there. That's what we're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
Shooting threes in the hoop.
Yeah, his contract is terrible. I'm happy we got off it. But to answer your question, man, about Derek Lively, for anybody who hasn't really isn't too informed upon him, really good rim runner, really good shot blocker. I mean, he's 7'1", like 230, 235 with length. He's not like some of these centers coming out that are just kind of complete sticks that can, essentially only rim protect, and they can't take any brunt force whatsoever. But he definitely could put some weight on him. He may have trouble against some of the other, some of the sort of like top tier, offensive post players in the NBA. You guy that can throw. Yes,
absolutely,
for sure. Because he's going to be a guy that's going to, be able to really establish himself in the pick and roll with them. We do have some concerns about his ability to set good screens.
Yeah, he slips,
but
weak screens.
He's a really hard worker. He's been working on his jump shot really hard pre-draft. Now, I guess that's the sort of cliche marketing for any agent with a big time center that can't really shoot. He is probably going to be better than Dwight Powell day one, but I'm not going to say that with full assurance because Dwight Powell continuously surpasses Maverick centers every year in the rotation, even though he himself is bad. So that's He is a screenshotting machine.
Yeah,
Yes.
that could be a dynamic duo that we don't know about yet. That could be the 4 and 5 dynamic duo that we don't know about yet.
I will say that Dwight Powell, I can probably say is going to be a better screen setter than Derek Lively.
Absolutely. And probably a better roller.
Yeah, so he may take some time to blossom, but he can fill a need for us right away and won't have to do too much, with Luka and Kyrie in terms of an offensive perspective. But he still has a lot to unlock offensively. He's got to get a lot better just at everything offensively. All he can really do right now is rim run, use his athleticism to get putback dunks, stuff like that. He needs to, get better at his footwork, better at sealing, get better in the post, a lot of different things. Are the Mavs going to make any moves? Any more moves in the draft tonight?
I think
from a betting
maybe
man?
not. I guess you go for tonight's perspective.
For tonight's perspective, from a betting man, I'm going to say yes, because that Sean's report where they said that the Mavs are still active. I don't know if you saw that, Chris, but they went ahead and Sean Sharani reported of The Athletic that the Mavericks are still active and trying to use that trade exception to acquire somebody. Now, whether they're able to do that tonight or before free agency is gonna be a question. I can go ahead and send it to you, man, or you'll probably find it. But yeah, that is yes, sir.
Yeah, they have cap space, trade flexibility. I mean, there's a lot of different things they can do now outside of the draft. And, I guess to speak to Derek Lively a little bit more, that's definitely a rim running kind of guy now, or a rim protecting kind of guy now. And yes, free agency starts July 1st. But, I mean, there's really, outside of, I guess, like a sign and trade, they really can't. Well, I guess now they have cap. I guess they can sign somebody now.
They're going to have about $12 million roughly of cap room in free agency. So last year they had the taxpayer mid-level exception because they were a tax-paying team. Now, you have to sort of earn to be a tax-paying team, especially with a stingy owner like Mark Cuban. He's not going to pay the tax if he doesn't deem the team is fit. Now, he could end up paying it this year still.
Yeah, he could.
Just depending on how they end up, moving all these different parts right now. But he has the leniency to where they get the full mid-level exception, not just the taxpayer mid-level exception. I guess for comparison, a guy that's on the full mid-level exception, it's a little higher this year now. I mean, it's up to like $12 million now.
Yeah, 12.7.
Yeah, but back when it was a smidge under $10 million, Reggie Bullock got the full mid-level exception from us. At the time, I think that was a decent move, but there have been some guys that have, went for way less in free agency as of recently than, maybe they're worth on like prove-it deals. Like Bruce Brown only went for the taxpayer mid-level exception last year, which was about $6 or so million. He's going to be a free agent this year. He's definitely not exercising that player option. So that's a guy, around that $12 million figure, in terms of like caliber of players the Mavericks could be looking at to acquire this offseason in free agency.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but there's a lot of different moves they can make. That's tough. Sacramento was one pick away from getting Chris.
I think they would have paired him.
They probably would have done it. Yeah. That's actually tough.
That is actually tough.
I mean, they're in the same division, so I wonder if Chris Murray's a good pickup anyway.
No, yeah.
I wonder if Portland had some incentives there to take him over Sacramento. But
no, I mean, he's a good pick, man. I think they were just going for fit. But not saying the Mavericks are going to get Bruce Brown, by the way. I'm just saying, like, they are going to be in the running for that kind of caliber of player.
Before the year started, he was a lottery pick, at least seen as one. And similar to Cam Whitmore, he's a lottery talent that's still available.
Andre, who
Chris, I've been through way too many Maverick seasons, man, of despair and letdown to, for me to give you a guarantee as to what you should do on that one, bro.
Here we go. We got Dallas moves.
Okay.
I'm told that Sacramento is trading center Rashawn Holmes and the 24th pick to Dallas.
Rashawn Holmes, we're like 2 years too late.
Hey,
2 years too late.
On the live stream. Let's go, baby.
The Sacramento Kings select Olivier Maxence
I called this. I was talking about this guy in our thing
I
today.
honestly need to do my homework.
6'7" wing. No, he's dynamic, man.
So wait, we got 2 centers and a wing.
And 2 first rounders, bro. Oh yeah,
go,
bro. We're cooking with grease.
No fucking way. Marquette, I mean, that's a good school. I need to do my homework on this guy, but Oliver Maxence Prosper, 24th overall pick, and Rashawn Holmes, a pretty feasible backup center as long as he can stay healthy. Hey, I mean, they're making moves. That's all we could ask for. What did they trade in the process, though, is the only question.
I mean, they could have just absorbed him into the trade exception. But to get that pick?
Yeah, to get the pick, that's my only question. Maybe if the 2027? That's a good.
I don't think that they would trade the 2077 first.
Yeah,
I just can't see that.
I don't know what they had to have given up a player in the process, I feel like.
Yeah.
Not Tim Hardaway Jr. unless if it's a salary dump again.
Yeah.
Which how much salary can they shed?
Or is this a 3-team or is this part of the
Oh wait. So this is a new Dallas Maverick. Mavericks.
We don't know what they've traded for
on Rashawn Holmes along with. So literally nothing, dude. Wait, but how do we get that pick? That's what I don't know.
They can absorb a pick into the.
So we gave them the TPE.
Yeah, they're shedding salary.
So okay, so yeah, so
they don't have to make the
salary.
pick. They don't have to make the pick now.
Okay, so we brought in. Yeah, so we brought in.
And they get offered Rashawn Holmes, which is a
so,
contract that they really didn't. Holmes is at about he's on the taxpayer mid level. He's making about.
Is he a buyout candidate? Do you think?
I don't know about that.
So
they were looking to remake their big man rotation. So.
Oh, true. Good point. Yeah, I don't think they'd buy him out. I'm not too high on Rashawn Holmes now. I know he has a lot of injury trouble.
I want to watch this.
Omax, I like that. That's a good nickname.
Playing alongside guys like Josh Giddey and Benedict Mathurin, how do you think that prepared you to take the next step in the league?
I mean, it prepared me so much. Just the opportunity to be, part of the NBA Academy, especially my senior year, and just playing guys.
Hey, we called it. They weren't done. That's another Canadian.
Yes, sir.
Dwight Powell gets a friend.
And, I got better every day, so it was an awesome experience for me.
Your parents, Gaetan and Galen, are here. You guys, folks may not be familiar with your son.
6'6", 7'1" wingspan.
That's what I was telling you. He's really rangy defender, bro.
212 pounds. Good size. Omax is his nickname. That's a cool nickname, I must say.
He always says, I bring a spark to everything I do, and he's going to bring a spark.
Athleticism, defensive versatility, spot up shooting. Let's go, man. I don't really know much about him.
Holmes is on an expiring. And,
that's
I mean,
a good pick.
Yeah, he'll be very tradable.
Monica, thank you so much.
I mean, I need to do more homework on him. I probably should watch some videos on him, but I like the pickup so far. We get a wing in the process, a young wing, sizable. I mean, he is insane wing. I think it's 7'1". Yeah. Heck, dude. I mean, we covered centers right there.
Yeah.
Probably just need to get re-sign Dwight Powell maybe, or someone.
I mean,
like that.
but now it's
or
just
JaVale McGee. We have JaVale McGee now.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a lot easier to diamond deal the centers for
now. I mean,
wow, this is great consolidation that they're doing here. They're making very good moves around the margins because they're setting themselves up to make bigger moves, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was there's a big
that because there's too many now that center position's way too clogged. Without a doubt, obviously Christian Wood's leaving, but I just don't know if I see them keeping Lively, Holmes, Maxey, Powell, and
no, not at
and
all.
JaVale.
Not
that. There's just
I think
no
Maxey's
way.
now very tradable. I think Maxey Kleber is now very tradable. I think JaVale, he's probably going to be the odd man out. I think he stays. I don't think he gets a one-second contract.
I think two out of three of Dwight, Maxey, and JaVale I think are going.
Dude, what a crazy night, bro. I could not have predicted this. I figured the Mavericks would move back up into the draft, but at 24, another first-round selection, I didn't think so. Taking on, of course, Holmes and Rashawn Holmes. and I don't even know this guy's name, Olivier Maxence Prosper.
Yeah.
Good intangibles, man. I mean, seems like a solid defender if he can
Was a guy
translate
we
it.
touched on.
Yeah, I was like,
we touched on briefly in our preview earlier today. Very
seems like a guy that kind of moved up throughout the draft as the days went along. It seemed like he was kind of a second-round guy as he entered his name into the draft and slowly worked up through workouts. So that's very promising. I don't know how his combine went or necessarily individual team workouts, but it seems very promising that that he did move up in that process into, of course, the 24th overall pick that will be traded to Dallas. Yeah, I mean, look, like a lot of guys are saying he wouldn't be surprised if he selected top 25, and of course he was at that 24 spot.
Yeah.
I mean, good pickup for the Mavs. I think as long as he can translate, I think that this makes Reggie Bullock. I think that this makes Reggie Bullock and maybe one of our centers now very, very tradable. And of course, Tim Hardaway. I mean, heck, the Mavs could, as you said, they're now in the room to make a huge move. We've been saying this, we've been harping this for a very long time. The Mavs are 3, possibly even 4 moves away from a championship roster. They've made 2 of them tonight, picking up 2 centers, shedding contract and Davis Bertans, and of course picking up, Olivier Maxence Prosper in the process, who's a lengthy wing. I mean, there's a lot of upside to this. This team just got really young all of a sudden. I will say that.
Oh yeah,
they just got draft capital all of a sudden with Josh Green, Jaden Hardy, Olivier Maxence Prosper, and Derek Lively II. This team just got really, really young. I mean, heck, there's some high upside. I'm trying not to get too giddy here because I tend to do overreacting, and then 2 years later it comes to bite me in the ass. So
yeah.
I'm trying to get too over exaggerant here, but I'm excited. So
no, I mean I gotta still dive deeper into Olivier Maxence Prosper here, but I mean, really rangy wing defender. I mean, what a play. I mean, Holmes, one of the best centers in the short roll. For sure. Great offensive rebounder. Oh, no. Jaron said that he was really giddy. Jaron did not say anything about Josh.
Oh, if I got Josh Giddey, that would be the ultimate icing on the cake. But no, that's not happening.
That would be insane.
Is a 3-level scorer that is a fighter. I mean, he plays hard. He's got an attack mentality. He can shoot it. Good off the dribble. A capable passer. And he's a really
wow, guys,
defender,
this is
opposing players
this is fun.
In isolation shot just 30% when Marcus Sasser was guarding him. You see Kelvin Sampson, Jarris Walker, Quantus White. They are very happy to see, their leader, the leader of the Houston Cougars, took them to a Final Four, had them number 1 ranked last year. Marcus Sasser's a winner, and he'll fit in really well in Detroit with his work ethic.
Yeah, 17 points per game, just under 2 steals per game. He shot at a high percentage. I mean, made threes. Yeah, he can bring a lot to this Detroit team. Detroit needs a strong wing defender, someone that can knock down shots, a 3-and-D. We talk about that a lot. That's just the nature of the NBA. He's going to bring that. Well, take a step back, JJ, because this pick has moved a couple of times. It was Memphis that was their logo.
Yeah, Dwight might be on his way out now after that Rashawn Holmes pickup. But the Mavericks mentioned that they wanted a whole new kind of bullpen for center rotation. So picking up Rashawn Holmes.
Omax has apparently been listed at 230 after recent draft.
230. So yeah, I know
that solves a lot of the strength issues that I kind of had. Damn, dude.
You also have someone who can play point guard. John Morant will miss the first 25 games of the season, and then they could start a lineup with Marcus Smart, Desmond Bane, John Morant. I love the move for Memphis. I also love the move for Boston.
Let's freaking go, man.
Who has been part of that
this is a fun night so far.
Long in Boston.
We still have the
Porzingis, 2 first-round picks. Obviously, 1 now going to Detroit. But it was a great move for both teams, in my opinion.
We still have the full mid-level exception, as well as Tim Hardaway Jr. in the 2027
So we still do have the full
first round pick.
taxpayer. Okay, so actually that
No, the full mid-level exception, not the tax.
oh full mid level now.
Tyus Jones, right, would be the leader for them with John Morant out at least 25 games. For the
Go ahead
start
and
of the
retweet
season.
that,
How do
John,
you
bro.
see that
I got you, bro.
That's the big question mark, I think. And look, Tyus
This is
Jones
fun.
is a starter in the NBA. And if you look over the last 2 seasons,
Nico Harrison can get all the flowers for right now, guys. Unless this plan subsequently fails, I'm rocking with him right now, man. This is a new wave of Mavs GMing right here. I got to give it to him, and none of it essentially. And he's doing all this while staying, within the confines of Mark Cuban, not wanting him to go into the tax. So, I mean, props.
Absolutely.
Give it up for Nico. Give it up for the hat. The hat came.
The hat.
through
The hat
tonight.
came through. It's the
The
hat.
hat always comes through, guys. This has Dirk, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash on it. Marquise Daniels, Josh Howard, a conglomerate of old Mavericks players. And every time that something happens, that like when we had to lose that game to Chicago just to keep our 10th pick. Me and Jaron summon the hat from afar. We summon the hat all the time.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah.
2 first-round picks got that deal done with Memphis. It's interesting.
So he seems like he's listed as 6'6", 6'7", and 6'8". So he could be
I'm gonna go
lengthier kind of guy.
I'm gonna go 6'7".
6'7". Yeah, we'll go with the middle number there.
Yeah, Chris, the trade did not include any Mavs players. They just completely absorbed
And no picks.
the 24th pick.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
no
they
picks.
didn't have to give out any picks either. They just absorbed the 24th pick. And all the Kings did was the Kings were trying to shed salary. So they now get that trade exception.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
now for us, we still have our tax mid-level, right? Exception, which is what, 12.7, right? Or mid-level is 6.
No, it's going to be 12.7.
Oh, it's gonna be.
We get the full. That was the whole thing because when we shed the salary batons, we got under the tax.
Oh, so that helped us get. Okay, so we're still at
Yeah.
12.7, which honestly is more favorable because we can fill that easier, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Rather
well,
than-
I'll obviously get a better role player
Yeah.
there. Or you can split it up and get into, like some people do.
Dude, wait, this team realistically, come July 1st, they could set themselves up.
Like, don't get me wrong, like,
There's still holes, but
no, yeah, because like they haven't got like anybody really good to address any of the areas, like.
they're filling the margins, and that was
Yeah.
key. I know that you were very, very, very keen on the Mavericks selecting 3 or 4 wings or multiple wings over one big wing, and that seems like what they're doing, especially with the
exactly.
center rotation as well.
No, exactly. And I mean, I would be less preferential to taking the bullpen approach with the center position, but I mean, if they put themselves in a position to get like a pretty good wing now, so I mean, this is exciting.
Now they got to move coach.
Second round tomorrow. Second
No,
round's
it's
today,
tonight.
Chris.
It is tonight. It'll be a lot quicker. I believe it's 2-minute rounds instead of 5.
Yeah, Mark Tatum does it. So
Yeah. And will they move our head coach? That one will probably be more unlikely than them trading for Victor Wembanyama. So
hey, Doc Rivers got traded. Back
he
in the
did
day.
get traded. He did
Yeah.
get traded. I think that they're probably sticking high and tight with Mr. Kidd at the helm.
Oh yes, for right now, I think that is
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry. I know that we know your opinions of him. You voiced them on our podcast before.
Well, he can shoot it. He can shoot it off the dribble. He's got really good speed.
I think Charlotte really.
Underrated athlete, out of
Yeah, I think I'm very hopeful. Are we talking about like the moves that they've made or this roster? I mean, this definitely made me more. Oh yes. You should be much more excited. They're making more fringe moves rather than going for a home run move, which in both of our opinions is probably the right thing to do, and also setting themselves up for future successes with the July 1st free agent date. Jesus, can't speak. Yeah, they have a full taxpayer MLE or mid-taxpayer MLE, whatever it is called, which is 12 million or 12.7, somewhere around that range, which they can use either on one guy or they can use on multiple guys and just kind of fill that roster holes up. But like we said, there's still holes in this roster. They didn't fill in anything major. They selected Rashawn Holmes, or not selected, but traded, got Rashawn Holmes and Derek Lively at that center rotation, which was definitely very helpful. Assuming both those guys kind of halfway pan out, not necessarily looking forward to Rashawn Holmes, but he's an expiring contract, so I can't be too disgruntled at that. And then Olivier Maxence Prosper, a young wing who shows some huge upside on defense, and also some pull-up shots, or just shot creating in general. And then, of course, shedding that Davis Bertans contract definitely helps a lot too. So they definitely have some moves to be made, of course. But yeah, I mean, getting off a negative contract and turning into this was, in my opinion, a lot better. So we'll see what happens, of course, come off season. Once the team starts working out together and everything like that. But so far, I like the moves that have been made.
With the 27th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Nick Smith Jr.
Good pickup.
Good pick.
from the University of Arkansas.
An emotional moment for Nick Smith Jr., for his family, sharing this.
Gets to stay down south.
Candace, his grandparents, Gloria, Michael, Melinda, who played just 17 games last season, but he told me that he keeps it all in perspective. He said that's not true adversity. True adversity is not knowing where the next hill is coming from, and that was the case for so many people.
Chris asked if he should be excited. Did you intern?
I did, yes.
Okay.
His parents actually had him in college.
So Mavs fan base overall will like this. Yes, consensus on Twitter, Chris, is pretty happy right now, just all around. Even Mavs _FFL, my guy with like 100,000 followers, after he was disgruntled, he said he was embarrassed to be a fan. Flip script. So, we're getting a lot of. We're definitely. I think everybody in the Mavericks fan base is excited. This
should be.
Yes.
Single player that has heard their name called on draft night remembers that moment. It will live as part of their story.
And it's only 10 o'clock, guys.
And it's an incredible feeling.
It feels very late. I won't lie, but
no, yeah, it does.
Only 10 o'clock.
Breeze to the next round pretty fast.
3 more picks. This 28th pick will be Bryce Sensabaugh. I think Woj reported it. So Indiana and the Clippers have yet to draft, and that'll conclude the first round of the 2023 NBA draft. And then we have the second round, which I believe is only 28 picks. And we'll see if the Mavericks move up. At this point, do you project that the Mavericks will move up again, or move back into this draft again?
If there's a guy that they are highly touting within the second round, I mean, I can maybe see it, but I just don't know exactly what they would expel to move up at this point, considering that they were able to use a draft pick that they were kind of able to absorb in that trade exception. I don't know if they're at this point, they'd probably have to expend for future assets to actually end up getting a draft pick. So
absolutely,
I have my doubts that they'll do anything more.
May I say this Charlotte pick of Nick Smith Jr. with the 27th overall pick could probably be one of the steals of the draft, assuming he pans out and stays healthy. He was projected, I believe, a top 10 pick. I believe a top 10 pick before before the season started for college basketball, and just had some injury concerns, and I think that's kind of what dropped him off. But in my opinion, this could be one of the steals of the draft.
This is exciting, man.
Now he is with Armando McNutt.
Nick, you're shaking your head still, and there were tons of emotions as you made your way to the stage. Can you share what those emotions are about?
Jaron, could a young brother potentially get something to eat by chance? Do you have anything?
We have a lean cuisine. Would you like any of those?
Okay. I was looking for yogurt there.
We don't have. Is there yogurt in there?
I didn't see it.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say. I didn't know. It's probably not yogurt.
Okay.
What do you think?
If you want, you can take one of the cuisines.
Okay. All right.
It's in the freezer. So
I'm extremely blessed.
I appreciate it.
I mean, he's put in so much work. Like, it's been so many years, so much time
to spend, like preparing for this moment. So I'm just, I'm blessed. Like I feel so excited for him. It is a blessing. It is indeed exciting. Congratulations to you both. Congratulations, Nick. We look forward to seeing you in action.
You want to take a quick break from the stream and restart it maybe around. You want to take maybe a quick break from the stream, restart at the second round?
Yeah, we can restart.
Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna restart the stream at the second round for those of you in there right now. We just gonna get a quick bite or something, talk a little. So we will be right back. We appreciate you guys for staying with us this long. It means a lot for those of you guys to have rocked with us.
Thank you, Brooke.
She's been watching the whole time?
Oh, the whole time, man.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
6 career games he has. Everyone talks about his scoring. He's kicking his